Get nasty on a Thursday. It's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh, Kerry Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter, 202. Your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. Blues back in action tonight.
Yes.
They'll take on Carey's San Jose Sharks at 7:05.
I don't think that doesn't work
at all.
To take on Andrew Marsh's San Jose Sharks.
Still not working.
Okay.
You know they're not mine, so
No.
why don't you just go with it?
Okay. They take on the Sharks tonight. Right around 7:05 or so. Pregame, 6 o'clock. We'll talk to Chris Kerber at some point. We'll also talk to Larry Fitzgerald Jr. He's getting a Musial Award
Little Fitzy.
this Saturday night. So he's traveling to St. Louis, and Larry Fitzgerald will be here. Kerry, do you talk to Larry at all?
No.
Have you talked to him?
No, I have not.
After your Steelers beat the Cardinals in the Super Bowl?
Nah, I haven't spoken with him. I did talk to Neil Rackers a couple of days ago.
Did you?
My former teammate at Illinois. He was the kicker for said Arizona
Did you ask
Cardinals.
him how long the Steelers kicker can go before he's extremely tired?
I didn't ask him that. He was speaking vulgar words to me because he still is upset. Then he told me he loved me, but he had to get that out first.
Is this your blatant disrespect for kickers?
No, it's just that I love kickers. I love Neil.
Really?
That's my guy.
Anthony, he once
I love
said
Chris
that
Boswell.
the kickers,
Jay Reed.
they've got it easy. Remember that?
Yes.
They're not even really in position.
Right.
No.
Yeah,
What I said
not human
was-
beings,
Yeah,
basically.
They don't practice. They don't do
Not what I
this.
said. What I said was their practices are a little bit shorter than ours. Like they do their regimen, and then they are off to the side.
Well, how many times would you like him to kick? You're the Steelers kicker. He's already at his quota for the
He probably is. He can rest till Sunday. We don't need you. Sunday we'll see you. No, actually, we'll see you tonight, Thursday. Yeah.
That's right. Steelers
that's
go
right,
tonight.
yeah.
Everybody get their picks in?
I forgot it was Thursday.
Man, I've been all over the place all week,
I know it's Blues game night.
Yeah, it
I
is.
didn't know it was Thursday.
and none of us are here tomorrow, so it's actually our Friday. Well, you're here tomorrow.
I'm here, yeah. None of us.
Sorry.
But, you know,
What the hell does that mean?
nothing, Anthony. You just you're here. You're the host. You're the
I mean,
staple.
we don't do anything without you.
None of that sounded right to like 30 seconds ago.
What? I thought you knew me better than that.
I do
It
know
came
you. That's
from
why
a-
I'm asking.
Like
you.
when I say certain things, like you know what I mean.
Came from a place of love.
Yeah, always.
Rarely. Rarely comes from a place of love. All right. Youth development, that's been one of the big focal points for the Blues this season. Lots of question about ice time for certain young players. Are we seeing Bannister shuffle up the lines to make the playoffs? Forget about the playoffs for a second. Let's just talk. I'm just putting it on the back burner for now.
You gotta ways away.
It's a long season. Let's not get into
early.
playoffs, no playoffs, doesn't matter. Are we seeing Bannister shuffle the lines a little bit more to develop the youth, or is it just simply he's shuffling lines to make sure that he finds the right formula to win games, which I imagine that's what he's doing.
Yeah. So Drew Bannister. I don't know the meetings that go on between the front office and the coaching staff. I don't. I'm not even going to pretend to. But I feel like at times there's been this, hey, we're developing the youth. And then at other times, hey, we got to win.
Mm-hmm.
And this push and pull. It's like, are you developing or are we trying to make the playoffs? And I think this is where the Blues are right now. I think they're kind of stuck. And I don't say stuck. I think they're in this spot because in the offseason, the very first presser of the season that we had with Doug Armstrong, he talked about, like, this team is past the retool. Mm-hmm. We intend to be competing for a playoff spot. Well, that's the way Drew Bannister's coaching, is competing for a playoff spot. But then it's hard to sit there then and say, oh, but we're developing the youth. But are you? Because some of your guys are playing 7-8 minutes a game. Some of them are still healthy scratches at times. So let's just be honest. You're playing to win hockey games. And I know that's the objective, but when you're developing youth, you're willing to take a few lumps while you do that in order to fast track their development. So I think if people are wondering, like, what the Blues are actually doing, the Blues, as they should, still view themselves as a playoff team. No matter what we think, no matter what the fan base thinks, the front office and the players, they look at it and they're like, we're a playoff team. And injuries can be said that they're excuses, but they're also a fact of the game, and they also affect your team. No matter who's next up to step up and try and do the job, you don't have a Robert Thomas just sitting, waiting to play. You don't have a Broberg sitting to take over. Like, you don't have those guys. So when you lose star players or elite players in their spots, it's tough to keep winning.
Sure.
You can still play hard, and this is what's happened to the Blues is they've been tied in so many third periods or one-goal games because they're playing hard. They're giving it all they've got, but they don't necessarily have the soldiers to win some of these games or hang on to certain games. I think that's going to start changing. I think Robert Thomas is back. There's rumor out there that Philip Broberg could be the next one back. When? Timetable undetermined. I'm not saying he's playing tonight or anything, but I got the feeling yesterday with Drew Bannister that Broberg's going to go on this trip. He's going to skate and maybe available by the end of the trip or first game back following this road trip to New York. So that's where the Blues are. I think they're still trying to win hockey games. And rightfully so. I think that if it goes past the new year and they still find themselves 4, 5, 6 games under 500, there might be a little bit of a different way of coaching this team.
Isn't that always kind of the push and pull when you have a younger team
Always.
Trying to develop, but hey, we got to win games? Like, if you're a coach, you don't want to go into a season or go through a season knowing, I got these younger players, it's okay to lose, because at every moment your job is being talked about, especially when you're not performing well. That's kind of it's a tough profession.
Yep.
Coaching in National Hockey League and Major League Baseball, NFL, NBA, all of those things. It's a tough profession because there are a lot of people that want your job. So I think it's always a tough task of balancing the two, trying to develop and get your younger players ready to play at the level required. But at the same time, I got to find a way to win. And I think we've talked about it so much the last couple of weeks. They've had some bad luck, and that happens when you are a team that is struggling and finding ways to lose games. But all it takes is a couple of things to go your way, and then finding a way to finish in the third period. Not pressing, not making the mistakes, not playing, carelessly. Finishing the game. If you're up, finish the dang on game. Don't let your foot off the pedal, but finish the game in the right way.
Yeah, I agree. And, let's just isolate the head coach right now, Drew Bannister. It's his first full season as the official head coach. Unless he's been told by front office / ownership that don't worry about your job, you're here to develop the youth, and the record is going to be not irrelevant to us. You will be graded upon how the young players develop in one season so that we can get this thing moving ahead. Unless he's been told that, he and his coaching staff have to coach like their jobs are on the line every night.
Yes.
And let's just go back 24 hours. The Athletic puts out a big article about Jim Montgomery's available, and everybody went crazy.
Yeah.
Including some shows on this station.
Yeah.
So if you don't think Drew Bannister is feeling the pressure to win hockey games.
I agree.
Of course he is.
Yeah.
So he's going to coach a team to either hang on to a point for a tie, or he's going to try and coach a team that can win the hockey game.
And to take it a step further, even if they told you you'll be graded on...
yeah. They're lying.
Even if they tell you, what, wins and losses, the young players, we want to... if it's me, I'm trying to win. I don't want to risk it. I hear you. I don't risk it. I trust you, but I
don't trust you. Only one guy I've ever seen that apply to was when Steve Yzerman took over the Red Wings. Jeff Blashill was the head coach, and Yzerman dismantled his team. I mean, dismantled it for a full rebuild. But he told him, I'm not going to fire you.
Yeah.
You're going to get us through this rebuild. Now, as soon as he got through the rebuild, he fired him.
That's what the Cubs did to, who was it before Madden? Hey, you're going to be great. Until we don't need you anymore, and we can get John Madden. Not John Madden. Joe Madden.
John
Madden would have been different.
Both.
I've called Joe Madden John Madden twice now.
He may have been a good coach.
He may have been. Yeah, he was.
He was a great football coach.
I don't know if baseball at that point.
You never know.
Same thing with was it Brett Brown with the Sixers? Trust the process.
Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna draft all these young. Just trust the process. Just trust the process.
That slogan.
That took forever. You know what? We got to get you out of here. We've trusted it long enough.
Yeah.
No kidding.
It's time to play better.
To put a bow on it, Drew Bannister has no choice but to coach every game to win it.
Yeah.
He can't take his foot off the gas because the moment people see a new shiny toy, they want that because Drew Bannister doesn't have the long resume yet in the NHL.
Right. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Blue Sharks tonight. Pregame starting right here on 101 ESPN at 6 o'clock. Again, we got Larry Fitzgerald coming up at the top of next hour. So 3 o'clock, Larry Fitzgerald, former Cardinal, Super Bowl runner-up to Kerry Davis.
We got to find a way to mix that
Super Bowl.
and poke the bear a little bit.
Yeah, I got to do a little bit.
I've never met Larry in person. I mean, we've probably engaged and talked on the field, but I don't know him personally. But I heard he's a very good guy, very nice guy, very, just humble. One of the best players, one of the best receivers to play this game, especially in our era. So I think he's a good guy.
Anthony.
You don't want to, don't bother him.
I think my leadoff question to Larry Fitzgerald's going to be, hey, Larry, appreciate you being on. Hey, look, Kerry Davis says you didn't show up in the Super Bowl, and that's why
Definitely didn't
not.
say that.
That is not
It was not on him.
Yeah.
No kidding. Guy's one of the greatest players ever.
He had himself a great Super Bowl, too. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 at ESPN. Is it imperative that the Cardinals trade Nolan Arenado this offseason?
Tomorrow.
Or else tomorrow. Or else face the prospects of their roster just looking similar. I'm just going to power through this. Looking similar to what it has been. Them just stuck in the middle. It's next on 101 ESPN.
If you're looking to accessorize your vehicle, head over to Pure Performance. They've got a 25,000 square foot facility that has all of the aftermarket modifications that you are looking to do, whether it is a light kit, a leveling kit, a lift kit. You've got all those things, running boards. They've got performance chips, all of those things available over at Pure Performance. Let's not forget, too, that they handle all vehicles, not just your off-road vehicles or oversized tires, things like that. No. They handle every vehicle that's out there. My daughter today called Shelby over at Pure Performance. She's got a little Kia, nice little car. She needs tires. Well, Pure Performance has those tires in stock. They're going to take great care of her, and they will do that for you, too. They're located in St. Peter's, right off of Highway 70. Again, when you walk in, ask for Shelby or Caleb. Tell them Jamie Rivers sent you in. They're going to ask you what you're looking to accomplish, what you need to do, and they're going to set you up perfectly and pass you on to the technicians who do an incredible job of installing everything while you're there at Pure Performance. So please get in there in person. If not, at least get there online. Visit them at pureperformance.com. That's pure, P-U-R, performance.com.
It's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Kerry Davis, Andrew Marsh, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Is it wise for the Cardinals to wait on the return of other big-name relievers when it comes to Ryan Helsley? We're going to get into that discussion a little bit later on in the show because I think Ryan Helsley is one of the bigger topics heading into the offseason for the Cardinals. The other one, of course, is going to be Nolan Arenado and whether or not the Cardinals keep him, trade him. Does he waive the no trade clause? Would keeping Nolan Arenado indicate the Cardinals are stuck in the middle when it comes to which direction they choose?
Yeah,
is he the one guy?
They're stuck. To an extent, they're stuck. I mean, it's one player. If they held on to Goldie, Arenado, ran it back with like Lance Lynn and all that, I'd be like, okay, they're still in like
La La Land.
Yeah. Well done.
Yeah, good job, guys.
Let me drink. Yeah. But if Arenado is the only elder statesman, well, I guess Contreras too, those two guys aren't going to mess up with your retool.
Yeah.
They're not. I think ideally you'd like that position open because you do have two third basemen that were drafted, Gorman and Walker. One of them should be able to at least compete for a third base spot on this roster. Should be able to. But they've never had a chance because Nolan Arenado's been there blocking them justifiably so.
Yeah, I get you.
It's like not even even if his bat didn't play, the defense was still elite. Like,
I hear you.
You know? So, yes, ideally you want to move on from Arenado. And, in fact, I would eat half the contract if I'm the Cardinals. The reason being is because you're still gaining half of that contract back in payroll cut because you're not the money that you've already – it's sunken cost already with Walker and Gorman already on the payroll.
Yeah.
It's not like you're bringing in another player. So you're like, ooh, okay, we're paying $10 million to this plus another $5 million for – you're not. You already have those two guys are already on your payroll. So, in fact, you're deducting half, like $10 or $11 million, whatever it is for Arenado. You're putting that to the good. So there you go. And the Goldschmidt contract. What did he make last year? 25. He would have had to make 21 this year to keep his rights or something like that. So you're gaining that too. I mean, it's not physically going into your bank account,
but you're also not spending it.
But you're not spending it. So it's a saving that you have there.
Right.
So those two guys off your roster give you a tremendous amount of payroll savings that would cover your Bally Sports / FanDuel Sports Network losses. And now you can operate with your young guys moving forward and try to build them up.
I agree. I think you have to figure out what it is you plan on being or doing. And I think if you keep him on the roster, it doesn't hurt you. It might hurt you in the terms of one of those guys isn't getting developed at that third base position and not getting regular at-bats because if you move on from Nolan Arenado, you can put Gorman there. You can I would probably put Gorman and let him play every single day and figure out what he is. If you don't, you're going to have Gorman sitting on the bench, or you're going to have him rotating at second base with Donovan, or you're going to have Donovan in left field, which puts Newt. Where is he at? Like, you open things up. Like, moving on from Goldie allows you to put Contreras at first base and say, hey, you're our everyday first baseman. It opens up, it alleviates some of those problems. So now Burleson can be your everyday DH. Like, you have – this team has a problem with allowing their younger players to get on the field because they got older players blocking them. Older players that are not – that are good, that have had great careers or good careers, above league average careers, but not players that are going to help you excel to be a championship team. These younger players – if they play every day, you drafted them in the first round. You drafted them with the expectation that they would be everyday players and they would be the faces of the franchise to lead you to that championship. But how can they do that if they're not playing? So I do think you have to find a way to move on. And I agree with Jamie. If you got to eat half the contract, you're going to pay all of it anyways. Well, if you take half of it, what difference does it make? I'll pay half. Appreciate your service. You've done a great job here. You were a great Cardinal, but we got to move in a different direction because I have to see what Nolan Gorman can do every day at this position with everyday at-bats. I have to see what Lars Nootbaar can do in left field with everyday at-bats. I have to see what Jordan Walker can be every day in right field with everyday at-bats. I got to see it. If not, I don't know. And then I'm starting over, and you'll never get to the place you want to be at.
Yeah, the Cardinals have kind of, whether it's by bad luck or just poor signings, they've almost blocked their youth and then not received much baseball production or leadership from the players that they have in place. So in the case of like Dexter Fowler, he was fine for 1 year, but then the production wasn't there. They were paying, and because they were paying, they couldn't try some of the other young outfielders.
Yep.
In Nolan Arenado, you got several good years out of him. it's got now toward the middle of this deal, at least from the Cardinals' perspective. I don't know what the production is dipping, and I think that from the outside looking in, it seems like Nolan Arenado, we've talked about this before, isn't one of those I'll take you under my wing leaders. He's more of a I'm going to do my thing. If you have any questions, I'll be over here, which is fine because there's different leaders. But it's like you're getting the worst side of the production now because the production is dipping, and that leadership isn't there, right? So they really haven't got much return on investment from a lot of the players that they brought from the outside in. Not every player, but a lot of these players. So I'm with you. You got to move on. He seemingly doesn't want to be a part of a retool too. Hey, I don't blame you. Go for it. See ya. But waive your no trade clause, and let's see what we can get in return. You
mentioned that they haven't gotten the return on those players because the players that you're bringing in,
not the ultimate return.
No, I agree with you because the players that you're bringing in are above average to good. If you're bringing in players from the outside, they need to be all-stars, in my opinion, at least one or two. And I'm not talking about Nolan and Paul Goldschmidt, but I'm talking about some of the pitchers you brought in. I'm talking about some of the other players that you've brought in. Like you're bringing in, we laugh and joke about it, the Flex Seal. That's what they've brought in. And that's no disrespect to those players. They played and had great careers. I never want to disparage a player because I was a player. Mm-hmm. But I wasn't Willie Parker. I wasn't Rashard Mendenhall. I wasn't Jerome Bettis. I knew who I was. And if you were signing me with that expectation, that's your bad. I'll get paid. You can pay me like that. Maybe I will. I might have a few games. Give me the ball. Let's see. But
the belief in yourself was there.
Hell yeah. I can do it. Yeah, give me the ball. Mm-hmm. Let's do it. But that's not who you signed. And so the expectation should be above league average to good players, and that's what they got. And those aren't the things that are going to get you the championship. The things that get you the championships are superstars, are drafting well, evaluating well, developing well, and allowing those players to become the superstar players that you thought that they would be when you signed them, when you drafted them. But they got to play. Yeah. And if they don't, good luck.
It's Fastlane on 101 at ESPN NFL Pick'em Challenge. Let's get into that next. It's refreshed by Bud Light. We got one week. We got 1 week left. That's all. That's it. That's the number.
We're calling it this week.
Finish,
that's the number.
Hey,
let's get this over with.
You finish.
Well, I'll finish.
Finish. All right. It's the fourth quarter. From here on to the end of the season, till we get this done. Finish.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Let's go. Let's go over some of these picks. Starting with tonight's game, Steelers and Browns next on 101 ESPN.
If you are looking to improve your situation when it comes to car or home insurance, please call Tracy Bibb and the Bibb Agency. They work alongside Allstate Insurance. And we had Tracy on the phone the other day talking about wintertime and holiday time. And sometimes if you don't have the proper homeowner's insurance, it doesn't cover you properly. Someone walks into your yard, slips on ice, falls, then all of a sudden your insurance isn't there to cover you the right way. You're in big trouble. Or how about you hire a company? Get up on your roof, putting up those holiday lights. Something might happen. If so, you want to make sure you're covered fully. And that's why Tracy Bibb and the Bibb Agency, they do that. They dive into each and every one of your policies to make sure that, one, you're getting the best rate, But the most important thing, that you're covered properly, and they handle every single situation like they're taking care of a family member. That's the difference. It's not just a 1-800 number and you get somebody you've never talked to before. You call the Bib agency. They know you. They dive into your policies. They can help you immediately. And that's the kind of customer service that you deserve. So please give Tracy a call today for a free non-committal quote. That number is 314-328-4260. Again, that's 314-328-4260. It's no fib. You're in great hands with Tracy Bibb.
ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. The Blues take on Anthony Stalter's San Jose Sharks tonight. Pregame starts at 6 o'clock. Puck drop is at 7. We'll talk with Chris Kerber later in the show, 3:30, so stay tuned for that. Of course, you'll hear him on the call tonight. Once again, Blues Sharks pregame at 6. Puck drop is at 7. Before we get to Curbs, we'll have Larry Fitzgerald on at 3 o'clock. He is receiving a Musial Award for Extraordinary Character. So we'll talk with him at 3 o'clock. But coming up next, we're going to dive into our NFL Week 12 Pick'em Picks with our Pick'em Challenge. That's coming your way next right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
Get ready to pick 'em. It's the Fast Lane Football Pick'em Challenge on 101 ESPN.
Refreshed by Bud Light.
Well, you sure know how to pick 'em.
Tonight, Carey Steelers take on the Browns. AFC North battle. I don't even know if we can call it a battle.
I think I want the music video regardless of if they get to the Super Bowl or not.
This has actually been a spot that Mike Tomlin's Steelers have struggled with Thursday night on the road. I think he's 0-7 on a Thursday night away.
The problem is, well, yeah.
The problem is you haven't won on a Thursday night away from Pittsburgh.
One of them probably was in Cleveland as well, if I'm not mistaken. I
sure
think that
it
was a
was.
Thursday night. I don't know. But, yeah.
You're fine tonight, though.
We'll figure it out.
Maybe just fine.
The Browns are dreadful.
They aren't good.
They haven't scored outside of the Jameis Winston's first start against Baltimore. Now, I know he came in the one time midway through the game for Deshaun Watson. But outside of his one home start against Baltimore when they scored 29, the Cleveland Browns haven't hit 18 all season. That's awful. They can't score. They can't run the ball. I know that Nick Chubb has missed most of the season. He's just come back over the last 3 weeks or so. Tonight's going to be bad weather, apparently. You're going to get some rain, maybe some snow even. It's going to be nasty.
Going to have a tough time.
Chris Boswell will be fine.
This is football weather. Well, when you like it.
Seems like Pittsburgh Steeler weather to me. Anybody rolling the dice
Never.
BK is.
with the Cleveland Browns?
Ain't no
Is he?
way.
Yep.
Because
Are
of
you
those
serious?
trends?
I know somebody on the text line. We always believe the text line, guys.
Oh, well.
Said BK is picking the Browns.
Oh, we can check
Or
on
was it
that.
in the... hang on. It was Gator. Gator in the snake pit said BK picked the Browns today.
No
Wow.
way.
Maybe on the air he did. Did he do it?
I could see him taking the 3.5. I could see that.
Why?
Why?
Have you watched the Browns? You just said it.
I know.
You've watched the Browns play football?
The Browns are absolutely terrible. Pittsburgh's coming off, from like a betting standpoint, Pittsburgh's coming off the emotional game against Baltimore. Short turnaround. They're on the road. Tomlin as a favorite's not very good. I could see him taking the 3.5 and just putting it in the back pocket. That's all. Boy, you attacking. Come on.
He does
Anthony's
get all
under
puffed up.
siege today.
Have you seen Cleveland play? Yes, I've seen Cleveland play.
Well,
Sometimes you just have to roll the dice. Take the home dog on a Thursday night. BK has not done his picks.
I told him to do them. Now, I did mention it
Did
to
you?
him before he walked out. I did.
Good.
Now, if he doesn't do it,
Well, he's getting shot again.
yeah, no question.
BK took the Browns plus 3.5 as his 1 point play in our pick 'em. That's from T-Bone.
That
Thank you,
doesn't
T-Bone.
mean that he's picking them straight up though.
No.
No.
Guys, I'm just telling you what Gator said.
It's
Thank you,
fine.
Gator. We appreciate it. We love
Stop
our
yelling
text line.
at
What?
people.
Ever.
We love our texters and our snake pit.
We do.
These matchups this weekend, not very great. Washington and Dallas is a big spread. Tampa and the Giants is big-ish. Even with Tommy DeVito starting.
ILL. Get him going. ILL. Tommy DeVito. Huh?
Didn't he go to Syracuse, too? Did he bounce around a little bit?
He went to Illinois. Don't worry about it.
Oh, there you go.
All right, fair enough.
Kind of tough for Drew Lock.
Yeah,
who was brought in to
why
be
would you give
QB2.
Drew Lock? That's a great point. Why would you give Drew Lock $5 million
If you're...
and then not go to him?
Did you see what DeVito
when you-
did last year for this team?
Yeah, I've
Can
seen
I
it.
answer it for you? I mean, if you're choosing between Illinois and Missouri, it's a clear choice.
Oh, do you really want to claim Tommy DeVito?
If you're choosing
I'd be
between
saying,
Illinois and
he's from
Missouri,
Syracuse.
Gary just doesn't want anybody from the SEC.
That's true.
That's
if you're
all.
choosing between Illinois and Missouri, it's a clear choice, right?
Till halfway through the game, Drew Lock's in.
I mean, again, why you didn't have enough?
Is
you didn't
Danny
wanna pay-
Dimes hurt?
No, they just
cut
benched him.
I mean, benched him. They should have cut him.
They're like, we're going to put you in bubble wrap. Well, they can't because they think of all the escalators and everything in the contract. They're screwed.
Oh, my God.
And you two liked it. You, Marsh, you.
I never liked
So I
it.
said you two. Them two.
I liked the fact that they were trying to do the right things. I believed in them. They wanted to get a quarterback. They said it. And they even told Danny, if we can get one, hey, brother, we're going to get one.
Uh-huh.
They couldn't get one. They didn't re-sign Saquon, which Saquon wouldn't be doing what he's doing now if he was with this team.
No.
They got Malik Neighbors. That's a good choice. You got to play better.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to admit when you're wrong. And I was flat out wrong about the Giants.
I
There you
was
go.
too.
Thank you, Marshy.
That's really grown
That's-
up
yeah.
of you.
I
That's a
mentioned
big. That's a big moment for you.
Yeah,
You know,
thank
not for you. Not
No, I
for
think it is. It's always
for-
a big
for
moment.
him.
It's good. It's positive.
I'm just saying that in general, it's also big to just say, hey, you know what? I fast lane that up.
Yeah. And I did. And
He's
they're
not
terrible.
the only one. I did as well. It was bad.
They're bad.
Bad choices.
Oh, I didn't see that
Bad
one.
choice.
I didn't either. No,
I mentioned it. I mentioned it before. It was a bad choice.
All right, Chiefs and Panthers, big spread. Vikings and Bears, smaller spread, divisional game. Any concern about your Vikings
I
going to
have
Chicago?
massive concern. I actually picked I've been picking the Vikings as of late, but I'm going back to fading them for.
You didn't.
No, I did. This is a
my
game where
gosh. The Bears have no hope.
that's exactly why I'm picking them. You know, I just feel like
He's
this
doing
is
it
one of
again.
those games where Caleb Williams looks like the guy that they drafted just for whatever reason.
Hey, he did the other last game.
I'm very
They should
superstitious.
have beaten the Packers last Sunday.
If their long snapper could have kept his balance.
I'm rooting for the Vikings, of course, but I'm going to fade them, Anthony Stalter style,
Okay.
and we'll see if it works out.
All right. I can't get there. Dolphins, Patriots, Houston, Tennessee, Detroit, Indy, Denver, Vegas. I mean, there isn't any, at least from the pre-flop. The pre-flop is not good on these games. 49ers and Packers.
Who'd you guys take there?
I went Green Bay.
I did too.
I did too. Have you seen what it looks like in
I went
Lambeau?
49ers.
It's not supposed to be too bad, right? It's going to be cold, but
There's snow all over the field.
for right now.
Right
though.
now, yeah.
I went 49ers.
I went Green Bay.
Did you?
I
The
did.
49ers
For real.
do.
Like, I really did. You can look.
I don't
They
blame
do
you.
nothing for me.
Who?
The 49ers.
I don't care.
Yeah. You that's twice.
He's throwing out the I don't cares. It's over the I don't cares a lot.
That's the second time he did it to me. I think the 49ers, I just think that they've had too many injuries. They've tried to bounce back. Christian McCaffrey, had the Achilles injury earlier this year. Probably not as explosive as you would like to see right now. And for me, they just don't look like a team that is able to get over that hump of all of the injuries that they're dealing with.
Yeah, they don't look the same. The explosive element isn't there. This
Brandon
is a team that's
Ayuk
got
is out, and
Ayuk is hurt.
that's I think people. That's why he's been out.
Yeah.
He's been out. He's
Hold on.
last couple of
like
weeks.
part of their offense is that explosiveness, and with him not playing, him being injured, you're missing that.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was the one that could stretch the field. Debo, love him. He's not a speed demon.
No.
He's a guy that is
He's gonna
tough
win in
over
a-
the middle.
yeah, he's gonna win in a phone booth.
Same thing with Kittle. Like you don't have, and I know Ricky Pearsall is I think he's trying to take over, and Jawan Jennings has been, but they're not Brandon Ayuk.
Mm-hmm.
So him missing and being injured, I think this offense kind of. You're seeing a different version of them.
Yeah, CMC is back, but he's not back.
He's on the field.
He's on the field, but he's not the same player yet. And I'm not criticizing him. He just got back from the long injury there. But the point remains, like the 49ers, offensively, there's something lacking there. And then defensively, they're not good enough to withstand the issues that they have right now on offense. So I have Green Bay in that one. The other smaller spread games, Arizona going to Seattle.
I took the Cardinals.
Did you?
Yep.
I did as well. I felt bad though looking at I felt like it was so many road teams that I picked which I did not like.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't like. I mean, there is something that if you're in a close game, you got the crowd noise, you got a score on a team and they're on defense and that crowd can kind of get involved in the game. You're backed up. It just is a difference. But I picked a lot of road teams this week and I don't necessarily feel comfortable about it.
I went the Cardinals too.
Did you? Mm-hmm. I actually don't know who I picked.
You picked the Cardinals.
Did I?
Yeah.
I can't figure Seattle out.
All right.
That's the one. There's one team every year that screws you, and you have no idea. When you're on them, they lose. When you fade them, they win. And I feel like Seattle's been that team for me. We probably will break this down on Monday a lot more. The Harbaugh Bowl, Ravens and Chargers. As of right now, I like the Ravens. That's more or less because they're coming off a loss. I'll take Baltimore pissed off any day of the week. This Chargers team, though, has slowly gotten better each and every week. They're kind of reaching their peak here.
Give me John Harbaugh. He's a big brother, isn't he?
Yeah. Give you Lamar,
I'm in a big
basically.
boat. Well, okay, yeah.
Give you Lamar. All right, we have Larry Fitzgerald coming up in about 15 minutes or so. So 3 o'clock, we'll be joined by him. He's receiving a Musial award this Saturday, and we'll chat with him not only about his achievements on the field, but off the field as well. But let's get into these Blues again. They take on the San Jose Sharks tonight, and we got a question from Grant Francis Fan Club. I think it was yesterday. That was really interesting in terms of where the kind of the struggles lie with the Blues and whether or not it's because of the injured defenseman or more lacking the second line center or a couple of top 6 wingers. So we'll have that discussion next on 101 ESPN.
If you're looking to download and use the best sports betting app out there, look no further. Circa Sports Illinois app. It's super easy to download, user-friendly. You can visit the website. You can find the app on there, or you can find it at the App Store. You can also make sure that you pick your favorite teams, your favorite players. There's lots of prop bets, and they have the best odds. Whatever the odds are of whatever app you're using, Circa Sports has better odds. They also have no betting limits either, which lets you do what you want, and also tight money line splits. I love the odds they give there, and it's that old school Vegas feel too. That's what Derek Stevens wanted when he built the Circa Casino in Las Vegas. He wanted the world's largest sports book, and now he's putting that into the palm of your hands, and it's super easy to use and lots of fun while you're at it. So please don't miss out on the action. Download and bet like a pro with your Circa Sports Illinois app today and join in on the excitement. If you or someone you know may have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
Fitzgerald. About 10 minutes or so.
Oh, I thought we were going there right now.
Nope, 10 minutes or so.
Excited.
Yep, we're going to talk. All right, I'm excited. We're going to talk a little Blues hockey right now. They take on the Sharks tonight. Pregame right here on your home of the Blues, 101 ESPN, starting at 6 o'clock. We got this question from Grant Francis Fan Club yesterday, and we wanted to bring it onto the show here. How much of the Blues' struggles is due to the injured defenseman versus how much is due to the lacking of a second-line center and a couple of top six wingers?
Well, all.
But what size of the blame pie would you give to
blame
both?
pie?
What, you know what I mean,
I don't
Jamie?
understand the blame pie. Who are we blaming?
Okay, Jamie, the Blues are the greatest team ever.
No.
They're just having some issues right now. I love the Blues.
Don't be that way.
They're phenomenal.
Don't be that way.
I feel like I got to qualify right now
No,
with
you
you.
don't.
I feel
Ever,
like I
Bob.
have to qualify with you.
No, I just didn't know what you meant.
Just
You
tell
rhymed
me.
off 5 different positions and asked me if that's all they're missing.
Defenseman, is it more due to the injuries with the defense or second line center / top six wingers?
For right now, I think it's the defenseman.
Okay.
I do. Because if you look at those games early on with the way they were playing defensively and with the addition of Broberg and like Suter, and then you had Letty, like your defensive core was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Your goaltending was solid. That's the way you're going to win games. You always build from the net out. So for the Blues to have just skipped over maybe not bringing in Suter or not offer sheeting Broberg and went and got a second line center, great. Who's going to get him the puck?
Mm-hmm.
That's why it starts from the back end. You need defensemen that are mobile and that can make a good first pass. We hear that all the time. A guy played 12 years, just makes a good first pass. Why is that important? Because the good first pass gets you out of your end. It gets you playing with speed. And I don't mean like physically skating faster. We went over this before with Craig Berube. Playing fast means moving the puck up the ice as quick as you can to the other end. Mm-hmm. And when you have a defenseman that can make that good first pass or carry it out of the zone, that's half the battle. And the Blues, when healthy, Broberg and Parayko can do it with ease. Skate the puck out of their own end. Letty, at times, can do it. He skates well enough, can do it with ease. So you've got 3 guys there that can easily break the puck out. Suter has shown me that he makes smart plays. And when there's no play available, he makes a smart play to put the puck into a safe area. So for me, it always starts goaltending, defenseman, and then you worry about your forwards. And realistically, you're supposed to have that second line center in the pipeline. Dalibor Dvorsky is supposed to be that guy for you. So if you go out and get another second line center, let's say Dvorsky's crushing it in the American Hockey League, now we've got the Jordan Walker situation at third base where Nolan Arenado was blocking him.
Right.
And now you got to play him in right field. So I think that the injuries up front, and the lack of a second line center doesn't help the Blues, which is why the Pavel Buchnevich experiment took place, and who knows, it may go back there at some point. But I do feel like the bigger need has been addressed by the Blues.
Yeah, I think too, if you look at the way that Doug Armstrong has slowly built this team, or is trying to build this team, it does seem like he's trying to follow the method of let's build the defense. He's not ignoring the fact that you have to have scores, but we have seen these bigger teams, whether it's Vegas or I don't know. Would you qualify Florida as kind of a bigger defense?
Yes.
Okay, so Florida, Vegas, guys that are oak trees back there,
And physical.
It seems like Doug Armstrong is trying to go down that road.
Look at what he did in the offseason.
Exactly. So if you're talking about the defense missing a couple of guys, then I could see why you would land there if you're choosing, what's been the bigger issue right now.
Yeah, it's definitely. I mean, injuries is the biggest issue, but I think Broberg was playing so well before he got injured, and then to lose him for this extended amount of time, it puts so much more pressure on other players to try to measure up to that gap that is missing at that point. So I think it's Broberg for me. Whenever he's back and healthy and doing the things you got to steal there. I think you got to steal because
you have maybe one of the greatest steals.
You did not. I did not expect this. I didn't know what to expect. There's a younger player who hadn't had a lot of opportunities. Did play in the Stanley Cup final and played and had some games there, but not a lot of games throughout the regular season. what he's shown, I just hope he's back healthy and playing at that level. But I do think it's the loss of Broberg has hurt this team tremendously. I know Robert Thomas coming, him as well, but for me, again, it's probably Broberg.
So for me, it's the combination of Broberg being hurt, but on the heels of Nick Leddy being hurt.
Yeah.
And we can't forget Torrey Krug as well, but everybody knew before the season started you didn't have Torrey Krug. So it's not that I'm disrespecting the player. He wasn't part of the equation at any point. Had you lost Philip Broberg for 4 to 6 weeks, but you still had Nick Leddy, then you can elevate Suter to play with Justin Falk. P.O. Joseph proved he can play third pair with Matthew Kessel or Perunovich, however you want to work. And you're able to limp through. You're fine because you have the guys. But when you lose your top 2 left-handed shot defensemen, 2 of your top 4, it impacts the team. It always does.
Yeah.
Can we get Broberg and Parayko together? Can we have that?
We can.
And they can be the 2 guys playing 30 minutes if need be. And Suter, I think, has done a really good job. But I know you all think I don't like older people, but he is an older gentleman. I say it respectfully.
Do you?
With all due respect.
It feels like there's stank on it.
Okay. Well, I just want to know, can those 2 get together and be your top pairing?
Yeah, they can, but I wouldn't do it.
Why not?
Because Pronger never
feels good.
Because Pronger never played with Al McInnes either, until the game was on the line, and then you send out your 2 studs, and they close out the game for you. They literally would play the last 4 minutes of the game, not leave the ice. I just think that when you split, because right now Broberg and Parayko are very similar in skill set right now, and I don't want either of those guys holding back their instincts. So Parayko this year has really evolved offensively.
Yes.
He's added more, offense to his game. He's up the ice more. Well, Broberg did too. So now if you got the Twin Towers back there and they're both trying to go up the ice, who's playing defense? So you no longer have your shutdown pair per se.
Gotcha.
So I'd rather have Parayko and Leddy or Parayko and Suter, whoever's with, and Parayko gets to be, the alpha.
Ultra aggressive.
In that one there. And then you got Broberg that can do it because he's got Justin Falk, who's a very reliable partner as well.
I got you.
And then when the game's on the line or a big penalty kill or something like that, hey, you 2, get out there. And they shut the game down at that point.
All right, this Saturday in downtown St. Louis, it is the 2024 Musial Awards, and joining us next will be Larry Fitzgerald, former NFL great, somebody that Carey opposed in the Super Bowl that Carey Steelers won over the Cardinals. Larry Fitzgerald and former Ram great Kurt Warner. So Larry's going to join us next. We'll talk to him about what the Musial Awards mean to him, as well as what he's up to now, and maybe we'll get a story out of him or 2 as well. Larry Fitzgerald next on Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Fastlane on 101 ESPN with Super Bowl champion Kerry Davis, Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. And the 2024 Musial Awards will take place at Stiefel Theater in downtown St. Louis this Saturday. And one person that will receive an award will be Larry Fitzgerald Jr., former NFL great, all-around great player and great person. And he joins us right now via the Thompson and Callier phone lines. Larry, thank you so much. It's an honor to chat with you.
Anthony, I gotta stop you right there. How you going to throw Kerry Davis, the Super Bowl champion like that? That's so unnecessary. I was showing it. You could have just introduced NFL legend. There's a lot of ways you can introduce him, but you just throw that in there. You threw the whole interview off before we even get started.
Oh man,
Larry, to be honest with you, Kerry made us do it.
He did. He forced us, Larry.
No, I didn't.
That's terrible of you to do that. Man. We're here celebrating this beautiful Musial Awards and the joyous weekend we're going to all have in the city, and we start off on a low note.
Well, Larry, we'll try to do better. Okay, we'll try to right this wrong for you. Look, first off, Larry, congratulations, man. This is a great award for you for sure. But I was telling these guys before we got on the line with you, I said, you know what? I've never seen an interview of a player, a coach, a referee, anybody ever say anything negative about Larry Fitzgerald. They always talk about how great he was as a teammate, nice to the officials, a class individual. Who instilled all that into you? As a young man, when you're growing up, who instilled that into you?
Well, Anthony, it's obvious you haven't talked to my kids because they would tell you something different. But I would say my parents, they were amazing people. Mom and Dad really ruled with an iron fist, and I can assure you it was not a democracy. It was definitely a dictatorship. So you learn young to be a good follower and to develop into a strong leader. And my parents always really set the bar really high for us. The expectations were, yes, we love the fact that you want to be a great athlete, but without, being a good student, without being a good person, without being a philanthropist in your community, without showing up on time and being accountable to the people that need you, like none of that matters. And so I would say that the ground rules were definitely set at home. And then I had a wonderful community of people, from my teachers, the guidance counselors, to the coaches, to family members. Everybody poured into me and always kept me on the straight and narrow. And that old saying, it takes a village to raise a child, that's true. And I definitely had a village around me that was very supportive.
Larry, my 12-year-old son is learning about dictatorship right now in our home, so he's gonna hopefully be on the same path. So you grew up in Minnesota, and you were fortunate enough to be a ball boy for the Vikings, where they had some of the greatest players to play the game: Warren Moon, Randy Moss, Chris Carter. What did you learn from being around those guys, and especially guys like Randy Moss and Chris Carter playing the position that you would eventually play in the league?
Well, yeah, just the attention to detail was the one that I really admire most. I got a chance to watch John Randall go against Randall McDaniel, and Chris Doman going against Gary Zimmerman. I mean, just Hall of Fame clashes all across the field. And, I saw the work that was done in practice to make them great. Most people, when you turn on the game on Sunday, at 1 o'clock, you watch the best players in the world play, right? But you don't understand what's gone into the preparation of taking care of your body, the nutrition, the sleep, the rest, the hours and hours of film study and practice time, to be able to make them be able to go out there and be able to block, the best edge rushers and be able to go execute, on third down, precision passes in the red zone. All of those things people just jump up and watch in the red zone. That's thousands of hours of time that goes into it. So I got a chance to see how the sausage was made, so to speak, watching those guys practice and sharpen their tools. And it really let me know at 12 and 13 and 14 and 15 years old, what was required to be great. It comes with a great burden. You can't take plays off. You can't, act out a character because people are watching you. So being a great leader like the great Stan Musial was for so many years, not only on the diamond but in that community, a lot is required of you. And so that I learned that lesson really young.
The great Larry Fitzgerald Jr. joining us right now on the Fastlane on 101 at ESPN. Larry, I've got 3 little ones, so I can barely remember, what I have for breakfast. But do you remember your very first NFL game and catch?
Absolutely. I mean, there's certain things you don't forget your kids' birthdays. You don't forget your parents' birthdays, and you don't forget your first catch in the National Football League. You dream your entire life of having that. I wish it could have been done like, maybe not as, trick 'em, play. But hey, to have Emmitt Smith be a part of my first catch and to be able to catch it on a Hall of Famer, Venus Williams, and to see it, Orlando Pace putting his head in his hands and Marshall Falk's head, does it watching Torrey Holt over there, like, what's going on? Like, does it get any better than that? I don't think so.
Yeah, so that first catch end game was here in St. Louis. So I love the fact that it's come full circle now, and then you're going to receive the Musial Award. The other interesting thing here, and you brought up Stan himself, Stan the man, much like yourself, Larry, you spent your entire career in one organization. How important was that to you? Because we rarely see that now in sports.
Yeah, it was always really important to me. I was a young man, but I had like a big vision. Like, it's not, when athletes decide on these things, I think they make snap-second decisions and judgments on things that, I don't necessarily think all that different. The difference between $1 million here and $1 million there, and you have to uproot your family and go build a relationship in a whole new community that you weren't, necessarily a part of to begin with, is difficult. And I look back over 20 years here in Arizona. My children were born here. The relationships, restaurants, the real estate development, political connections. Like, it's just, it's so many opportunities that you are afforded when you're actually a part of the community, and that was really something that I thought about all the time when there was potential for me to go other places, and I always wanted to make sure I was thinking about that.
Yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to circle back with, Larry, is, at any point, did you look over the fence at the other yard? Did you think about maybe being traded to a contending team when you guys weren't a contender? Did any of those thoughts go through your mind?
No. I had a great coach once tell me, he would tell me that the grass is not always greener on the other side, but it's always green next to the septic tank. And, the young listeners probably have no idea what a septic tank is. That's going to go over a lot of people's heads, but it meant that you had to go through some tough times. You had to go through some times that were going to challenge you, that were going to stress you, that were going to put you in compromising positions, but we're going to help you grow. And so that was always something that always resonated with me. And I wasn't going to run from it. I wanted the challenges that came with being a franchise player.
Larry, I've got to ask it just because the individual I'm going to ask about is massively popular here in St. Louis. But how did you enjoy your time with Kurt Warner?
And Kurt Warner is literally one of my favorite human beings that ever walked the face of the earth. I mean, he was instrumental in my progression as a man, as a football player. He challenged me. He knew how to get the very best out of me. I modeled my foundation after what him and Brenda were doing. The way he was able to get teammates together, the way he understood the dynamics of relationships, the father that he is. Like the guy, I couldn't have had a better example for the time I was with him. And still, when I have challenges or things that I have to make decisions on, Kurt is still one of the first calls that I make because of just how much reverence I have for him.
All right, Larry, I want to take you back to Super Bowl 43.
I'm not doing it, Larry. It's Carey. Carey's doing it.
Listen, I got to ask. So there are obviously two really big plays that happened in that game. Well, more than two, but two that you were involved in. One, you chased James. You were out of bounds for about 60 yards. They should have probably thrown a flag. I'm glad you didn't catch him. But the second play that I still see, and I want to know what you thought when this happened. You catch a slant route on Ike, and you take it down the middle, and you split Troy and Ryan, and you go score. What was the feeling for you all at that moment? Because I can tell you how we felt. I was like, oh, somebody catch him. Please catch him. Please catch him. Oh, no. But then I looked at the clock, and I felt like, okay, we got enough time. How were you all feeling in that moment when you scored that huge touchdown?
It was euphoria. It was just like a moment in time that you never forget. This pure adulation going across that line and seeing the 15 or 20 Cardinal fans that could get in the stadium because there were so many Steelers fans in there. But, it was really a special moment to be able to do that. Obviously the James Harrison touchdown before the half was devastating. Because actually that year 2007. We had a lot of turnovers that year. We gave up, I think, a league lead in points off of turnovers that year. I'm talking about, you throw an interception or you have a fumble, they return it for a touchdown. You give up a lot of field position. And so a big emphasis for that offseason was, yes, there's going to be interceptions. There's going to be fumbles. Like, that's inevitable in a football game. But, let's get the guys down on the ground. So it was a real big point of emphasis for us. And so for that to happen after we emphasized, getting guys down on the ground, it really was a backbreaker. And that's why James Harrison will be a Hall of Famer one day because, he made plays like that in the biggest moments.
Well, Larry, you made so many huge plays as well. I love following your career. I love that you're receiving a Musial award, and I know you've made a lot of people here in St. Louis happy too, because you were always somebody that when the Rams were here, everybody, Rams fans, always respected you and loved watching you play. So thank you so much for carving out some time to chat with us today, and congratulations on the 2024 Musial Award.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys having me, and hope to see you guys on Saturday, and happy holidays to you and all your listeners.
Same to you. Thanks, Larry.
Appreciate it.
Take care.
All right. Okay. Bye.
Droid, actually, it was Gator. Gator in the Snake Pit, our airlines team, Studio Cam's YouTube channel. Gator said it right. They don't come like Larry Fitzgerald anymore.
No. Like, he was,
he's unbelievable.
Yeah, he's definitely. He's the second all-time leading receiver in NFL history. Start there. But as a human being, I have never heard one person say one bad thing about him. Just works his butt off, gives the ball to the referee when he scores, just shows up and shows out. It was. I remember because we played them the year before. In Arizona. This is a game where I told you all we had so many mistakes throughout the entire game. People were taking turns making mistakes. And our running back coach coached in Arizona previously, and I remember we were standing on the sideline, and it was him and Anquan Bolden, and they were talking. Anquan was like the guy, and he was like, which one of them you think better? I said, Larry. He said, it's no doubt about it. Like, Larry, he was just different. Like, he was a special player, man, and great human being, great football player, and you're happy and blessed to be around guys like that. And because obviously, Carey, we love you and you're here. We love that you won that Super Bowl. Oh, no question.
If you guys didn't, the moment would have been the play you described. And Larry Fitzgerald sticking his hands up and running through the end zone and back to the sidelines, and Anquan Bolden meeting him. Like, that would have been the lasting impression of that Super Bowl instead of Santonio Holmes.
When he caught that ball, I just remember, oh my God, he's gone. Like, he beat Ike on a slant route, got inside, caught the ball, and James was to his left. He ran past him, and then Troy and Ryan were so far, he just ran right down the middle of the hash. Literally right down the middle. And three of them, these two here, James behind them, none of them could catch him. And I'm like, oh. And for a split second, we were like, oh, man. But in our mind, we were like, well, they gave us too much time.
Yeah.
Like, that was the thought. That's 2 minutes. 2 minutes, 30 seconds. We got way too much time. So I know we can go down there and score. And fortunately, we were able to. But that was a hell of a game, man. That was a great Super Bowl, great time. I'm glad we were on the right side of it.
Go back to the point of his character. I feel, and we don't really see that all too much. Now, don't get me wrong. There are players that still exist that do exemplify that type of character. But I think that having that type of character makes you great. Your discipline, your work ethic, you just don't see that as much.
Your values.
Your values. Like, I'm going to crap on my generation for a second, but you don't really get that out of, like, people my age and players my age. You do a little bit, but
you don't get that out of a lot of people.
I
played. But my era is long gone. And I can tell you that it wasn't just, the older generation, all the guys. No, guys like Larry Fitzgerald are unique. No matter what the era is, no matter what the generation is. And it was fun listening to him talk. And the best part about it is everything was about somebody else.
Yeah.
Go back and listen. It wasn't about how he did this, but he references it, but it was because of this guy, because of that person.
There's certain people that you meet that just like, oh, damn, you.
I look in the mirror and I'm like, you suck.
That's kind of where I was going with that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you need to do much better, you scumbag.
Larry is embarrassed. I'm going to get that T-shirt. What would Larry say?
And actually, Larry probably wouldn't be embarrassed if he'd probably say something positive right now.
would.
You don't deserve it.
He'd lift me up.
Yeah, unbelievable. One of my favorite people to talk to, in my career here was Larry Fitzgerald there. I love, too, he busted chops right away.
Right away.
Like, come on. I did hesitate. I didn't know if I should say that, but I'm like, you are. You're a Super Bowl champion.
I'm thankful for it.
If you did more in that game, Carey, besides the 2 touchdowns and all the yards and the catches. Yeah. Because he had a great catch, too, over, was that Ike? On the Kurt
I
threw
gotta
him a
be
fade.
honest. I only remember the play before halftime. I remember some plays, but I don't remember every single play. I remember the plays I was involved in. I had a couple catches and a couple of returns, but I don't remember all of it. But the plays I do remember, I can see them like they're right in front of me right now.
Was Ike 24?
Yeah,
he caught it over Ike.
Yeah,
yep.
A touchdown.
Yep, it was a fade
in their end zone or in ours. In the Cardinal.
It was in the Cardinals.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. No. Sorry, it was in yours.
Okay.
Yeah.
His performance in that Super Bowl, along with the Super Bowl in general, I mean, it was so good. It landed him and Troy Polamalu on
the cover of Madden. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Like, that's how iconic that Super Bowl was, and that touchdown that he scored.
I mean, seriously, the players involved in that, from Kerry Davis to Larry Fitzgerald. Kurt Warner, Hines,
Troy,
Trey Polamalu, Ryan Clark,
yeah,
Anquan Bolden was a
Edgerrin
stud.
James.
Edgerrin James was in that.
That's right.
Yeah.
Like, it was a lot of guys, man. That was a special. Those were 2 really good teams.
Yeah, Santonio Holmes caught the touchdown. Yep. We didn't even mention him.
Yep.
All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Our thank you to Larry Fitzgerald and the people that organized the Musial Awards. We had 2 great interviews because we had an opportunity to talk to Lindy Knoll a couple of days ago, and she was phenomenal too, just listening to her story. All right, Scott Perunovich. We're going to get into Scott Perunovich and, kind of what, Jamie?
No, keep going.
He's just talking about how great he's playing right now.
Well, he's looking at me like I farted.
That wasn't what that was?
No.
Oh, looked a little gassy. Okay.
He's going to talk about his future when everybody gets healthy on defense.
Okay.
You're talking about his stick.
I'm not going to talk about his stick. If Jamie wants to, that's fine.
There. It says how he's been shooting with his stick.
What's he working with? Easton?
Yeah, he's
Anthony,
an Easton
what's he
guy.
working with?
He's
Anthony, I think he's working with a Nike Bauer stick.
Yeah, totally.
Hey. Those were good.
They were. Was that old school?
Yeah.
You guys had like TPS too, or no?
Like Louisville TPS? Yeah.
Okay.
Pierre Turgeon used one of those like rubber Louisville TPS sticks. He was a pretty good player.
Anthony was more of an O stick kind of guy.
What's an O stick?
That's what Pavel Datsyuk used to use.
Yeah, the Reebok O stick.
The O stick.
Yeah.
Was it like souped up?
No, when you make a move, it goes, oh. No, just.
Remember they used to have those Nerf footballs that used to.
Yeah.
I don't know what they were called, but they used to. What a dumb idea, because you always busted your fingers trying to catch the damn thing. It's like, we're going to put a hard plastic on it for no damn reason, just so it whistles. You're going to be great.
And it's going to pick up speed.
It's going to cut your fingers.
We'll get Carey an Easton Z bubble stick.
There you go.
I'm ready.
Yeah, Carey wants one.
Slap shot.
Anyways, so we'll talk about Perunovich's future when the blue line gets healthy next on 101 ESPN.
All right, St. Louis, are you currently thinking about selling your home or maybe even in the near future? Well, Call Gloria Lou with your home sold guaranteed realty because she knows all about selling your home here in this area. She understands the market. She knows where the market is trending to. She understands what list prices are going to help sell your home for the best amount of money and fast, get you to the closing table, all of those things. And that's because Gloria Lou has been in the business for over 21 years. And in those 21 years, she's got thousands of people in her database. So when you list your home, Gloria Lou, she has the database to get the buyers for you. Send more traffic to your listing, hopefully multiple offers for your home, and that means more money in your pocket. And again, getting you to the closing table. So many times you fall short because you may not have the right realtor. Well, take that out of the equation and call Gloria Lou today. When you do call her, tell her Jamie Rivers sent you in. Her number's 314-325-6888. Again, that number's 314-325-6888, or you can always visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com.
We have your shot to score a pair of tickets to see Post Malone with special guest Jelly Roll. Almost called him Jerry Roll. That's a different artist, Jamie. Special guest Jelly Roll on May 13th at Busch Stadium. Tickets for Post Malone and Jelly Roll go on sale next Tuesday at noon, but you can text in to win free tickets right now. Just listen to the trivia question. We just got done chatting with Larry Fitzgerald Jr. Larry and CD squared off in the Super Bowl in, 2006? 2008.
8 season.
8 season, 9. There you go.
The year.
Who is the MVP of that Super Bowl? Who's the MVP of that Super Bowl? If you have the correct answer, and you're the 101st texter to 314-399-9646, you go see Post Malone and Jelly Roll on May 13th. You can find all the details and a bonus chance to register to win tickets to the show now at 101ESPN.com or on your Schaefer Door Company 101 mobile app. Jamie, what is Scott Perunovich's future when the Blues blue line gets healthy? He has 2 goals. He's got 1 assist. He's a +3 in his last 6 games. He's done a nice job. It's not like he's been this ultimate difference maker, but we've wanted to see, I think it's fair to say, we've wanted to see more out of Scott Perunovich, and he's been good.
Yeah, he's done exactly what they've asked him to do. is be more responsible defensively while generating offense. And that goal he scored the other night was a beauty. And it starts off in his own end. He's the net front defenseman on that play. Once the puck gets safely into the neutral zone, he jumps up to join the attack. Beautiful play by Jordan Kyrou to delay inside the blue line, then that pass straight across, and Perunovich puts it right up under the bar. I mean, it was a perfect shot.
Yeah.
So you like seeing those things from the young defenseman. Look, Scott Perunovich, I'll just say this. He kind of controls his own destiny at this point. You know, is he ever going to unseed Leddy or Broberg or anything? No, he's not. But can he compete for third pair minutes? Yeah. Can he be a guy that you're looking at going, okay, like we kind of need this guy in the lineup for some of his offensive abilities because we're a team that doesn't score a lot of goals. So, you know, maybe a little more punch from the back end is going to help us. Again, I think he controls his own destiny. Do I think that he's ready to become a top 4 defenseman? Well, no, he's not. And you know, he's got an uphill battle because you have so many guys on the blue line. But this is the time where you have to separate yourself. You have to show the team that you bring something to the table that another player in your spot that's competing with you does not. And if you can do that, then you'll be in the lineup more often than not.
We got a text yesterday, and I forgot to ask you about this. They were asking if you had more injuries or injuries continue to mount up, could Perunovich be moved to the forward position? Is he able to do that? Is he not? That's not his style. I mean, because he is what you call an offensive defenseman.
Yeah, it's
is
different
he not capable
Carey.
of playing? I mean, Jamie Rivers, you did it and did it seamlessly.
I did it, but my role was a lot different.
Meaning?
When they moved me up to forward, it was to basically just hit everything that moves. I'm not joking.
Gotcha.
It was put the puck in and run somebody through the glass.
Okay.
And then, you know, because I actually played center. So when we were in the defensive zone and you're working, I was playing defense. Like Robbie Fedoruk was kind of a maniac, but he was hilarious when he did it because he was like, well, the way it's Boston. Well, the way I see it there is that when the puck goes in the defensive zone for us, Rivers is a defenseman. So now he gets to play. I got 3 defensemen on the ice now. It's like, you listen long enough, it makes sense.
Right. You started to believe it.
And I was like, a great idea. But no, it worked out because, you know, I played a more physical style. Like if he said, hey, Jamie, we're putting you up here because we want to generate more offense, it's just not the same. As a defenseman, you're used to joining the attack.
Yeah.
You know, and you're used to getting the puck somewhere in the neutral zone. You've got a little bit of time and space, and you can kind of go with it. Or even if you pick up the puck and you round the net and head up the ice, when you're a forward, and I can tell you this because I played center, played wing, and that puck comes to you, like someone's on you.
Yeah.
Like you've got to make a decision. You don't have a chance to like kind of fade back and have a look and make a play.
Right.
It's like, bam, right on you.
Decision.
So it's different that way. And I just don't see Perunovich being able, at this point of his career, contributing to a level where you're like, man, yeah, we need him as a forward.
Gotcha.
Yeah. All right. Tonight, Blues and Sharks pregame at 6 o'clock right here on 101 ESPN.
Why do you do that?
I'm not a Sharks fan. That's why I do that.
Come on, man.
You guys have manufactured this crap, and you've quite frankly, you've done it for too long.
Oh, my goodness. Enough.
You guys are selling just used tires constantly. And I'm sick of it because I respect our listeners.
Are they buying them?
No.
Yeah, I think
not
The
anymore.
listeners don't believe you at all. By
Chris
the way.
Kerber next on 101 ESPN. Jamie, I always love getting our guy Stewie on the phone line because Stewie's always got great advice or something to share with us that we can kind of echo to our listeners. So, Stewie, without further ado, what do you got for us today?
Anthony, you're going to love this story. Now, I know that you and Jamie and myself, we like money. We need money. It makes the world go round, gets the things we need. We need money, right? Holidays are here. Christmas is coming. Thanksgiving next week. We need money. We had an ESPN listener came into my office, and he refinanced his loan. And the sad part is he's only saving $4 a month. But here's the good part. He got $35,000 in cash back, and he's still saving that $4 a month. He's giving a Christmas present to his wife, his parents, his kids, everything, and he consolidated all his debt, and he's saving money on that loan too. So this is the way to go. Think about a cash-out refinance right now. Go ahead and get the money you need for the holidays. Get a payment the same or lower, and be way ahead of the game.
Yeah, and call Stewie. The holiday season, whatever time of year it is, Stewie is going to go to work for you. He's going to find a way for you to save money or pay less for your monthly payment, or do both for that matter, but you got to call him. His cell phone number, personal cell phone number, by the way, is 314-324-4440.
Again, 314-324-4440.
Call our guy Stewie. Tell him that you heard him here on 101 ESPN. He loves hearing that. But if you can't remember that number, Anthony's pretty easy. What can they do?
You can always Google the bagel loan. Stewie, keep up the great work.
Have a good guy. Good guys.
NMLS number 226715.
Hey, so what's a great way to spread awareness that driving high is illegal everywhere? A catchy song, of course.
You can run, but you can't drive high. You can run, but you can't.
Hey, you know how you know winter has arrived or is about to arrive when you got no hair like I do? You start wearing the hat. Where you don't want to be wearing that stocking cap is in your house. So make sure that you call Classic Air Care and get them over to your house and just have them do a tune-up, a cleanup. Make sure your furnace is vacuumed out. Make sure that the temperatures going to the vents are the right temperature. Make sure that it's ready to go for the winter. I had Drew and Griffin come to my house just 2 days ago. They were awesome. I got a text that they were on their way. They called a little bit before that to make sure things were still good. They came in. They told me exactly what they did, why they did it, how they did it, and things to look out for. It's a perfect tune-up, so I know now when we head to New York on the next road trip or into Canada early in December that the family at home is taken care of. So call Classic Air Care, have them come to your house and take care of you. They will give you the same quality service I got in my own house. You can go and book an appointment online at classicaircare.com. You can call them as well. It's Classic Air Care. They've been making people comfortable since 1926.
ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Blues take on the San Jose Sharks tonight, and you can listen to that one right here on 101 ESPN. Pregame starts at 6. Puck drop is at 7. You'll hear Chris Kerber on the call tonight, and guess what? You'll hear from him next right here in the Fast Lane. We'll talk about tonight's game with Chris Kerber, voice of the Blues, right here on the Blues Radio Network. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, an independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
As Andrew Marsh just noted, we've got Chris Kerber on the Thompson & Collier phone lines right now with Kerry Davis and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Kerbs, how are you?
Fellas, I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. Looking forward to tonight's game against the Sharks. Robert Thomas returned on Tuesday night after missing 4 weeks because of the broken ankle. Quarterback the top power play unit as well, and hey, got a goal. What did you think of Drew Bannister's decision to put Thomas on the power play, have him quarterback, and then what did you think about the top line?
Well, you don't have a better passer to put up there from a defensive standpoint, so it made a lot of sense. But what I liked even more was that you had a one-time shot available to you on the right side, and you had a one-time shot with Falk available to you over on the left side. So all of a sudden that power play had more shooting threats from different spots than it's had all season long. On top of that, you saw Robert Thomas take a shot. Now, he just missed the net. It was a simple wrist shot. But through traffic, he saw a lane to the net, and the shot just missed the net. But it was a power play, I think, that because Robert was up there, it was a little bit harder to defend against. And I really liked all the chances that you ended up seeing there. That's the part that even though they didn't get a goal on the first one, they did on the second one. Like it looked like it was a threat, and that's something nice to see.
Kerbs, no secret there's been some third-period woes for the Blues here, especially recently. You know, when you're watching the games, what are you seeing that you think maybe are allowing the Blues to let some of the games slip away or just not being able to close it out?
Well, yeah, it's unfortunately happening in the third period, Jamie, but, you know, to me, it's just kind of basic high-percentage hockey, which may kind of oversimplify things here a little bit. But for me, it's, you know, you got the puck on your stick. You've got to get it out of the zone. If the play's not up the middle, it's off the glass and out. This team doesn't have the flow yet, the chemistry, I don't want to say schematics because I really don't know exactly what they're trying to do. But they don't have the togetherness, it seems, on some of these breakouts to the offensive zone. And so, to me, you've just got to be able to get it out. And it's not necessarily pretty hockey, but with the lack of depth that they've had defensively and then with Robert Thomas out all but that last game, you know what? It's just safe hockey. And the problem is there were two clears, and the puck was on the sticks of veteran guys. It was on the stick of Falk after he came out of the penalty box, and it was on the stick of Reddick Foxa. So it's not like you can point to young guys in this situation. Like, they've just got to do little things like win those blue lines. And when they do, we've seen them be very good like they were in Toronto. When they don't, they're typically picking the puck out of the back of their net.
Kerb, we had Drew Bannister on yesterday, and he's talking about they were simplifying things and you know, kind of working on one thing at a time. And I know it's difficult to pinpoint one thing when you've lost 6 of your last 7. But if there was one thing that you could pinpoint, what would you say that is?
I might repeat what I just said but it's just I don't know. Like honestly, Jordan Kyrou on that last road trip went in on the forecheck. He got the puck in the corner, probably halfway between the corner and the hash marks, and he made the right play with it. He didn't move the puck backwards to the blue line. You know, he had the pressure on him, and he pushed it deeper into the corner. Problem was the two forwards, one was high off the wall, the other one was in the slot. And Jordan made the absolute right play, but there was no support from the forwards to go and be there to help him out. That's the kind of that connectedness that I'm talking about. So, you know, I think clearing from the defensive zone is one thing, but, you know, a little closer together to me and a little, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? Predictability? Maybe, Jamie, if that's the right word for me there, like predictability where, you know, when nothing's there, you put the puck to a certain spot and somebody knows they should be there, need to go there. And I don't know that we're seeing that at the moment.
Is it as simple as simplifying things, then, Kerbs? Simplifying the way they're playing, just kind of get back to the fundamentals and, you know, stop the extra pass and just kind of tighten everything up and until you get some more confidence?
Yeah, you know what, Anthony, I don't know if they can simplify it anymore. I don't know what you're doing complicatedly, right?
Mm-hmm. That
would say you need to really simplify things. I think what I do think what they need to do, to be honest with you, is I think guys are playing to not make mistakes. That's what it feels like to me, right? When you're losing, you don't want to be the guy that makes the mistake that ends up picking the puck out of the back of your net, right? Mm-hmm. So you're doing other things. Sometimes you're trying too hard, and it's that extra stick handling that gets you into trouble, okay? But to me, when you look at the lineup changes, some out of necessity, right? Some out of depth issues, and then some just simply, coaches' decisions, for example, like Sundqvist and Matthew Joseph in the last game, right? Matthew Joseph's back in. But when guys are in and out of the lineup a little bit and you're looking for chemistry and coaches are looking for the right combinations, to me, eventually some of those players start to play where they're looking to not make mistakes rather than play to play with a certain level of aggressiveness. And I think they got to get back to just a certain level of aggressiveness.
Kerbs, how difficult do you think it is for the Blues coaching staff overall to coach, to win games, but at the same time, you're supposed to be coming out of this retool while getting younger players more opportunity, but it's tough to do that if you're scrambling to win games a lot.
Jamie, the Blues, man, you are absolutely right. The Blues have kind of put themselves in a bit of a pickle here. And the pickle is this. That loss to Minnesota drops you 10 points behind Minnesota in the standings, right? That's for second place. The hottest team in the league all season long has been the Winnipeg Jets. That's another divisional opponent. You're 0-4 inside the division. The challenge is you didn't give yourself in the first 20 games of the season room to deal with injuries and depth issues. You didn't give yourself any room in the first 20 games to continue to just kind of, fiddle around with this, look at this, challenge this. The fact that you are where you are, and not only just 2 wins away from being back in a playoff spot, a wild card spot, but the grind of the National Hockey League is so heavier now than it ever was. I mean, from day one, it's something else that, like, the challenge for this coaching staff, if the expectations were this team should be knocking on the door or in a playoff spot, look, you're only 20 games in, but you're not seeing consistent things enough to think that you're headed really in a great direction yet. So I got to think you're feeling the pressure of the moment there, just like the players do. So unfortunately, well, you may even say, hey, look, I want to give this line 3 or 4 games together to kind of get it figured out. You may not have that luxury just because of the way things are standings-wise. So I think they're in a difficult and a very challenging spot right there, and I think everybody kind of feels that pressure.
Coach, we'll let you go. We'll let you get prepared for tonight's game. Blues Sharks pregame right here on 101 ESPN starting at 6 o'clock. Puck will drop about 7:05. Coach, looking forward to it. Thank you.
All right, guys. Have an awesome weekend. Talk to you later.
All right, sounds good. You do the same. That's Chris Kerber here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. We have Jamie Rivers' keys to victory. Carey, how many do you want today? 38?
58.
58?
Yep.
Keys to victory for the Blues?
I think we should simplify things.
Yes, right. Andrew.
We got to simplify things. That's what Bannister said yesterday.
I don't
so
like
I think we should do 10.
All right, 10 it is. 10 keys to victory from Jamie.
Shoot, pass, score.
And
Score
we'll
more than
light
Jim.
the lamp next on 101 ESPN.
Get in and see my friends over at Twin Peaks in Maplewood. Whether it's lunch, happy hour, or dinner, or even checking out the sporting events at night on the TVs in the bar. And let's be honest here, nobody does happy hour like Twin Peaks. They've got daily drink specials going on all the time. They've got different items on the menu that they're able to run specials with and things like that. It's just an awesome spot. But tonight, you got the Blues game. If you can't get to the Enterprise Center, get over to Twin Peaks. Enjoy some of the awesome flatbread pizzas, maybe the wings. The wings are so good. Got a couple of great burgers as well. And the drinks are fantastic. Can't ignore the 29-degree man-sized draft. They put in those mugs, and the mugs have a little bit of ice on them. It's so good. They got a great selection of bourbons as well. Tons of flavored vodkas. And they've got something for the kids, too, at all times. They've got some sweet treats for the kids. You check it out, the Twin Peaks Sundae. They're going to absolutely love devouring that. And that is over at Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
Time for Jamie's 10 keys to victory. We're simplifying things as the Blues
even more.
Take on the Sharks.
Simplified even more. Anthony? Against the Sharks, how about you have a good start this time? Let's just do something crazy. Let's have a good start tonight. You let the Sharks get up by 3 goals the last time.
Jamie, I asked for your notes on the Sharks game, not from the game the other night.
Yeah. Well, big start would be good. Certainly keep that power play clicking with Robert Thomas out there. Put the pucks in deep. This is a young team that the Sharks have. They're talented. They work extremely hard, but if you make it easy on them, that's when they can hurt you. Don't make it easy. Make it easy on yourself. Get the pucks in behind their defensemen. Go get it. Don't give up the puck in the offensive zone. Don't turn over the puck at your blue line. because the San Jose Sharks, they got some young players that don't care. They'll play aggressive, and if you mismanage the puck, they can also put it in the back of the net. They've got some good, young, talented players that can hurt you offensively. Stay disciplined, stay out of the box against this team. Don't give them any reason to have hope. And the big part is Askarov, their goalie. This is his first NHL game ever. Highly touted prospect, was with the Nashville Predators. Now he got traded to the Sharks because they extended UC Saros in Nashville. Anyways, he's going to be fired up to play this game. Lots of pucks to the net, lots of traffic. Make it really, really miserable for this young man.
UC Saros, that's Anthony's guy.
No, it's not. Don't you dare say that. You know that.
You like him.
No, I don't.
No, you do. No goals. You've seen that commercial? It's pretty good.
No, it's not good, and he allows a lot of goals sometimes, especially when I have the Preds in Bedford.
Listen, I had them last night, okay?
How'd it go?
I feel your pain.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
How's old Juicy doing right now? Not well, is he? Carry on. Carey just walks back into the studio, looks at Jamie and goes, "Hello, sir."
He's just staring at me. Like you've never seen me before.
No, I've seen you.
Yeah, okay.
Just was a while.
Was that 10?
Yeah,
I didn't,
12
I don't
actually.
think that was 10. I think he's
Carey didn't hear 10.
I didn't.
No.
No.
I heard start fast and don't make it easy on the goaltender.
There you go.
That was 2.
This is a big simplified, Anthony. I like what you did there.
Score more goals than them.
We need you to score
Being a real
more
Askarov
goals.
right now.
Yeah, you
That's
are.
what I need. More goals than the opposing team. That's how you win.
You and I need a goal in our
goal
light the
would
lamp
be nice.
Yeah, no
Just a goal.
All right, let's play it.
Tell us what to do.
Let's play it.
Let's play it, Mark.
But a couple of guys can really shoot the puck.
Shoot!
What's wrong with you today? You've got the
I know
attitude.
what it is.
What is it?
It's because you know I'm leaving. I won't be back till Wednesday. You're going to miss me.
Yeah. I'm going to miss you.
You are.
And Carey and Marsh, because you're all leaving tomorrow. Every single one of you.
Sorry about
But you're
that.
going to be great here. You got your boy BT coming in.
Well, BT's fantastic. BT will be here, and so will the one and only Sir Bradford Bruns.
Sir Bradford.
Yeah, a lot of people asking us if tomorrow's going to be Freedom Friday, because next Friday we are off. The answer is no.
Oh, what?
We will not have Freedom Friday tomorrow
what are we doing?
or next Friday.
Wow.
What's going on?
We will have 2 Freedom Fridays in the month of December.
Hey!
Yeah!
I can get behind that.
I'm okay
It'll be
with
the first Freedom Friday of the month and the last Freedom Friday of the month. Or something like that.
That's spectacular.
Exciting.
Yeah, Brad Thompson in tomorrow, and Bradford Bruns producing. So it'll be me, BT, and BB. BT, BB, and me.
What's your middle name?
Thomas.
Oh, darn it.
ATS.
ATS.
What did you hope it was? Stanley?
Steven.
Heard that one before.
ATS against the spread.
You know, if your middle name was Steven or something.
I know, but it's not. All right,
Steven Stalter.
Marsh, go.
Give me Colton Parayko tonight.
Whoa!
Colton Parayko from the top shelf.
All right, give me Jake Neighbors.
Shooter!
You know what? You go ahead. You know what? Go ahead, Anthony.
No, because I've been taking your plays, so
Well,
I don't want to.
I know you get so upset.
I know you get so ticked off, and you and I have 2 more hours to go after Jamie leaves, so I don't want you to.
I want to stir
be
it up.
mad the
I
entire
hear you
time.
guys on my way down to Enterprise.
Well, but we go. I mean, we'll fight about other things.
That's
Give me, you know, give me Jordan Cairo.
All right. Roozy.
Yeah.
Is Robert Thomas available? I'll take
Yeah.
Robert Thomas.
He's playing.
Yeah, he's in the game.
I'll take Robert the Thomas.
Okay.
No, I mean, like, did you guys take him?
Who did you take? You took Colton.
I took Robert
the
Thomas.
You took Robert the
Neighbors.
Thomas last game.
I took him today, too.
No, you didn't.
No, you
Colton.
didn't.
Why are you being a Steven right now?
I'm being a real Askarov right now.
Yeah, you are. All right, Jamie,
Yeah.
you've got some TV work to do.
Yes, sir.
So have fun tonight. And for God's sakes, man, bring us home a winner.
Coach him up between the benches.
Coach them up.
right. That's what
the best
we
I
ask
can,
you
boys.
to do. It's all we ask.
Yep.
If you see in the broadcast, I've got a player like by the jersey, I'm showing him the TV, then you'll know I'm going over it. Hey, come
Thank
here.
you.
How funny would that be? Come here. Yeah,
Even more. It'd be even funnier if you grabbed him and you just start. Why is Jamie beating him up? Well, he's motivating him.
It's called tough love, kids.
Yep, he's motivating him.
I don't think the Blues have been that great since Jamie stopped bringing his briefcase to the game.
That's true.
You remember the briefcase that you had? Where has that been?
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Didn't somebody almost try to mug you for that?
Oh, yeah.
And you were like, please.
I said you picked the wrong door. I was outside of Ballpark Village, like 2 o'clock in the morning. Like, give me one of you. I'm like, you picked the wrong door, pal. I started taking my jacket off and my tie. He was like, yeah, I'm out. I'm out.
It's like one of my favorite stories. Somebody approaching Jamie 2 a.m. on the streets after he's done working. Full day of work.
Well, they probably thought, look at this banker.
Yeah.
Even like,
that's in his suit.
And as I saw him getting closer, I took my tie off. And then when he said it, I was like, you picked the wrong door, you mother fast lane.
I would have loved that. Local man in the hospital after receiving a beating of a lifetime from former Blue Jamie Rivers. Jamie did nothing wrong. In fact, the guy was mugging him.
I did nothing wrong.
All right.
I was provoked.
All right.
Somebody call the ambulance. But not for me.
But not for me. Marsh, do we need a Gauntlet contestant?
No, we have one. It will be Colin today.
All right, Colin next in the Gauntlet here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN.
warriors. 4 categories, 1 challenger. Can you survive the gauntlet?
Brought to you by Blue Note Roofing. Roofing, siding, and gutters. Visit BlueNoteRoofingSTL.com for a free inspection.
It's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Kerry Davis, Andrew Marsh. I'm Anthony Stalter, and we welcome in Colin. What's up, Colin?
Hey, fellas. How's it going?
Everybody's doing great here. Appreciate you listening. Appreciate you playing today. Would you like to take on Kerry Davis, Andrew Marsh, or me in the gauntlet?
Well, I'm a big Illinois fan, so I'm going to have to take on Kerry Davis today to get us back into the win column.
Kerry Davis.
All right, Colin, good luck.
Thank you.
All right, Kerry's going to make his way into the cone of silence right now. And Colin, you're going to tell Marshy to spin that wheel.
Spin that wheel, Marshy.
All right, Colin, what are we hoping for?
Honestly, it doesn't really matter. It's going to be brutal either way.
Oh, whoa. Colin, you mean brutal for Kerry?
For me.
No, listen, Colin, let's...
Yeah, it's football.
It's football?
Yeah.
Well, sometimes he struggles. Kerry struggles at football sometimes. Like if there's a bunch of dates. Listen, Colin, if there's a bunch of dates on the, in the question or something like that, he gets screwed up all the time. You'll be fine. I believe in you, Colin.
All right.
All right?
All right.
All right. 4 questions.
First question.
4 questions, all football related, each one worth 2 points unless you or Kerry ask for the options. If you guys ask for the options, those questions are worth 1 point. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, Colin. Marsh's Minnesota Vikings are 8-2 for the second time in 3 seasons. The Vikes 2022 edition featured a defense coordinated by... Who was their defensive coordinator in 2022?
I'm going to need the option.
Ed Donatel, Mike Zimmer, Jack Del Rio.
Let's go with Zimmer. Final answer.
Question number 2. Identify the club that selected former Mizzou standout Tyler Beatty with the 196th overall pick in the 6th round of the 2022 NFL Draft.
I'm going to need the options on that one as well.
Your options are the San Francisco 49ers, the Los Angeles Chargers, or the Baltimore Ravens.
Let's go with the Baltimore Ravens. Final answer.
All right, Colin, question number 3. Whose 24 passing touchdowns currently lead the Big Ten? Whose 24 passing touchdowns currently leads the Big Ten?
This isn't going to be good. I'm going to need the options one more time.
All right. Curtis Rourke, Will Howard, Dylan Gabriel.
Let's go with Dylan Gabriel. Final answer.
Question number 4. Neck surgery forced Peyton Manning to sit out the Colts' entire 2011 campaign. So who started 8 of that team's 16 games at quarterback?
Oh, man. I might as well take the options again.
Options are Kerry Collins, Curtis Painter, or Jim Sorgi.
What was the first option?
First option was Kerry Collins.
I'll do Kerry Collins. Final answer.
The question is about Peyton Manning, not Peyton Manning.
Yeah, right.
There's 2 different Mannings. There's Peyton and Peyton.
Good call. All right, Kerry Davis is back from the cone of silence right now.
Hello.
Kerry?
Hey.
How you feeling, man?
I feel great.
You're going to Piscataway, New Jersey?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I think
Illinois Rutgers?
Yeah.
I think it's Piscataway.
I believe you're correct.
Mm-hmm.
You know your regions.
Well, thank you.
Well, he was born in New York.
He was actually born in New York, so he does know these things.
Yeah, upstate New York, but I do know the New Jersey region.
Well, of course, it's the same thing.
Almost.
Especially according to the NFL.
Yeah. East Rutherford is basically New York to the NFL.
They do play in New Jersey.
Yeah, they do.
The New York and Giants and Jets.
Playing the same stadium, too, which is utterly embarrassing for the Jets, I feel, because, it's the Giants.
I think they have more problems than the stadium.
Do you think so?
A few more.
Lack of quarterback and head coach and ownership stinks. And
GM fired.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, you're probably right. Kerry, your category today is foosball.
Ah.
You got some football.
Cool.
Are you ready?
I don't know. Okay.
All right.
Sure.
Marsh, tell him.
Pack a lunch.
Question 1. Marsh's Minnesota Vikings are 8-2 for the second time in 3 seasons. The Vikes 2022 edition featured a defense coordinated by...
Oh, heck. Zimmer was the head coach. I was going to say Zimmer. That's not right. Who was the DC for the 2022 Vikings? Options, please.
Ed Donatel, Mike Zimmer, Jack Del Rio.
Zimmer was the head coach, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, give me Ed Donatel. Final answer.
Question number 2. Identify the club that selected former Mizzou standout Tyler Beatty with the 196th overall pick in the 6th round of the 2022 NFL Draft.
What year? That was 2 years ago.
2022.
Oh, who drafted him? Oh, my goodness. I feel like I have an idea. Give me the options, please.
Options are the San Francisco 49ers, Los Angeles Chargers, or the Baltimore Ravens.
I don't think it was the Ravens or the Chargers. Something felt like 49ers or Broncos, but I wasn't sure. 49ers. Final answer. Ew.
Question 3, Kerry. Whose 24 passing touchdowns currently lead the Big Ten?
Oh, man. Oh. Is it Dylan Gabriel? Is it Will Howard? Those are probably going to be my options. Oh, is it Rourke? Those are going to be my 3 options, aren't they? You guys are terrible.
Would you like the options?
No. No, I don't.
Maybe you're forgetting one.
Rourke missed some game. He missed the game, so I'm going to scratch him off. This is terrible. Dylan Gabriel, final answer.
Question number 4. Neck surgery forced Peyton Manning to sit out the Colts' entire 2011 campaign. So, who started 8 of that team's 16 games at quarterback?
Ooh, I don't think it was Jim Sorgi. I think he was gone. 2011?
2011.
I'm going to need the options on that one.
Options are Kerry Collins, Curtis Painter, or Jim Sorgi.
Damn it, Sorgi. Why are you still there? Gotta be, I think it's Curtis. I think it's Painter. I don't think it was Sorgi. Sorgi came in with me. We were rookies there together. I don't think he was there in 2011. Give me Painter, final answer.
All right, let's go over these.
I don't like it. This is ridiculous.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Marsh's Minnesota Vikings are 8-2 for the second time in 3 seasons. The Vikes 2022 edition featured a defense coordinated by... Colin, you went with Mike Zimmer. Kerry, you went Ed Donatel. You do know that the head coach can be the defensive coordinator.
I do, but normally...
Final answer is...
It's Ed Donatel.
No, it's Ed Donatel. Yep, it was Ed Donatel.
The reason why Daniel Jones got a contract.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. So CD up 1-0 on Colin. Identify the club that selected former Mizzou standout Tyler Beatty with the 196 overall pick in the 6th round of the 2022 NFL Draft. CD, you said the San Francisco 49ers. Colin, you went with the Baltimore Ravens. Correct answer is...
It is the Baltimore Ravens.
It is the Ravens. So Colin ties things up.
Yeah.
1-1. Whose 24 passing touchdowns currently lead the Big Ten?
I'm so upset about this one.
I told you may have left one. Left one out. That's why I asked you if you wanted the options. You said it's probably going to be Curtis Rourke, Will Howard, or Dylan Gabriel. You went with Dylan Gabriel without the options. Colin, you also went Dylan Gabriel. Your options were Curtis Rourke, Will Howard, and Dylan Gabriel.
I knew it.
Correct answer is...
It's Will Howard.
It's Will Howard.
Dang it.
So we still have a 1-1 tie. It comes down to this.
Oh, man.
Neck surgery forced Peyton Manning to sit out the Colts' entire 2011 campaign. So who started 8 of the team's 16 games at quarterback? Your options were Kerry Collins, Curtis Painter, or Jim Sorgi. Colin took Kerry Collins. Kerry took Curtis Painter. I would have definitely taken Jim Sorgi.
Sorgi was gone. I feel it in my bones. I think he was in New York with the Giants by then.
If it's Jim Sorgi,
he was in New York with the Giants.
We have a walk-off. If it's Kerry Collins, Colin wins. If it's Curtis Painter, Kerry wins. Colin.
You have chosen poorly.
You lose.
Did you know?
I knew it wasn't Kerry Collins.
It was Curtis Painter. I would have said Jim Sorgi. I would have sworn on it.
Yeah.
I just remember him being Peyton's backup there for a while. Colin, it was a lot closer than you thought it was going to be. It was only 2-1, man. So nice job, nice battle, nice defensive struggle.
All right, guys. Well, I appreciate it. That was fun.
Good job, Colin.
Nice job. Thanks for listening.
Colin.
Thanks for playing.
All right. See ya.
See you later. Nice job, Kerry.
Whew. Yeah, Sorgi was done. I was like, nah, he wasn't there.
I would have struggled big time on this. I would have gotten Ed Donatel without any options. I would have been fine there.
Mm-hmm.
I would have went with Dylan Gabriel. I would have went with Jim Sorgi. I thought Tyler Beatty was a Ram.
I thought he was a 49er.
So you're probably thinking of
Cody Schrader.
Cody Schrader.
Yeah.
I thought that, yeah.
Because he wasn't drafted by the 49ers.
No, he was
signed.
Yeah. Yep.
But now he's with the Rams.
Yeah. Then he was released and picked up by the Rams. Yeah. Nice job, CD.
Thank you.
Defensive struggle all the way, but you did it. You did it, buddy.
Kerry Davis
picks up a win in the Gauntlet.
Have to go in the penalty box.
Oh yeah, for some reason I always forget about that.
Until you got to be there.
Until I got to be there.
And it's terrible over there.
Yeah, it certainly is. All right, Ryan Helsley. Let's talk about him. Is it wise for the Cardinals to wait on the return of some of the other big-name relievers before dealing Ryan Helsley? We're getting to that conversation next on 101 ESPN. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. So Devin Williams, local products, possibly formerly of the Milwaukee Brewers.
Is he coming to St. Louis? He's coming home.
Well, I don't know about that.
All right.
Kerry, you're jumping the gun.
Oh, you were talking about him. He's getting traded.
Well, I'm just saying, he's a former
St. Louisan.
Yes.
Right. And now
but I'm not saying he's coming here.
Oh, I thought that's what you were saying.
Devin Williams, Ryan Helsley, and Kyle Finnegan are some of the names on the bullpen trade market, according to John Morosi. Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Oh.
Yep. But here's the deal. When there's, it's a...
Stop fiddling with your mic.
Is there a bee in here?
Stupid Mike. Listen.
Hey, don't talk about Mike Ryder like that.
I mean,
no, not that Mike. Mike's incredible.
Rude.
You're good, Mike. You and I, yeah. No, listen, Kerry. Whenever there's a St. Louis product here, you gotta say St. Louis product, local product.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of a rule, unwritten rule here in St. Louis.
Okay. Hazelwood West, I believe.
Hazelwood West.
It's not as good as Hazelwood Central.
Not nearly.
If
we're being honest.
That's right.
And not nearly. But
well, actually, I don't know.
I would tell you the truth.
Okay.
It's 3 Hazelwoods. Hazelwood Central, Hazelwood East, Hazelwood West.
Where's North?
Not one.
Okay.
Yeah. But Hazelwood
Should
Central,
there be?
Nah. Maybe a South, but nah. I don't know. No, we're Central.
Yeah.
We don't need a North or a South.
Okay. I never really liked that McDonald's by Hazelwood West either.
Let's see. See what I'm saying?
Okay, there you go. Yeah. Some dynamite St. Louis stuff there from our St. Louis guys. All right, anyways. Is it wise for the Cardinals to wait on the return of some of the other big-name relievers before dealing Ryan Helsley? I think, guys, this is a situation where there's ideal and there's realistic. Ideally, you would wait. You would hope that the market gets driven up because teams get more desperate. Some team acquires Devin Williams, another team acquires Kyle Finnegan, and then all of a sudden, Ryan Helsley's now the, prettiest option at the table. And you think that the market goes sky high. That's ideally, and I think, Marsh, this is kind of why you pitched the segment idea. Ideally, you wait, the market's there, Ryan Helsley's last person standing, okay, and now your market's going to be perfect. Realistically, you have to, as the Cardinals, you have to set the market because you can't predict the future.
Yeah.
You don't have to set the market, excuse me. You have to project what the market's going to look like because you can't predict the future. You have to have an idea of who could be interested, what they have. This is where your scouting comes in. Scout properly the other teams, and then once you get the offer from multiple teams, then you can kind of weed through and say, this is our best offer. In other words, I don't think you have to wait to see what the return is on some of those other guys because you also may get left holding the bag.
And I also think that we saw what waiting did to a couple of players who were, highly who thought that they were going to be highly sought after this offseason in Snell and Montgomery.
Yeah.
It took a while. And so I think that if you're the Cardinals, you don't have time because these teams, who's to say that there are enough teams that need that player, right? That need that pitcher. You want to go where there's more opportunities, more people that are still looking for relievers or looking for closers. It could get to the point where, someone is like, I'm not willing to risk that or pay that.
Right.
I got somebody in our bullpen that I think can close games. We'll go that route and see how it goes.
Yep.
And then maybe if we get down to the trade deadline and Ryan Helsley is still performing, well, maybe we'll come back and revisit it. But if I'm the Cardinals and I don't know if they have any plans on going through this arbitration with Ryan Helsley and telling him how terrible he is, even though he led the league. And that's the weirdest thing in the world for me. Telling him how terrible he is, even though he led the league in saves.
Yeah.
And wanting to sign him again, bring him back. It doesn't make a lot of sense for me. I think the Cardinals they're at that fork in the road where it is time to make a decision.
Yep.
Like, are you going right or are you going left? Are you going youth? Or are you going, well, we're kind of trying to go youth, but we can't get guys off the books and really make it a youth movement. You got to find teams that are the other part about it is, for me, again, you want to trade people when their value is the highest, right? Once people know you're trying to trade someone, they don't really offer you as much as you would want. Like once they understand, well, they're not going to want to pay him. There's no reason to keep him on their roster if he gets hurt or if something happens, he doesn't perform well. At the end of the day, Ryan Helsley is not here in 2026, I think for sure.
Yeah.
No matter how it shakes out, whether it's trade now, deadline, not re-sign, like he's not here in 2026. So if that's the case, you probably need to figure out what you're going to do and how you can get the most back from him.
You know, I don't know how you guys feel, but it really is. It's getting to the point for me where it's kind of obvious what needs to be done now. It makes no sense to bring back Ryan Helsley this upcoming season, or really even wait to the deadline. If the market is so soft, you have to wait, fine. But you don't want to risk injury. He blows out his arm in April, you're done. You're not going to get any return on him. And then he hits the open market, and you're going to see nothing, right? So for me, it makes more sense to avoid the arbitration process, trade him, get something in return, have a full spring training where you're scouting what your options are, your internal options to replace Helsley, and you go from there. I don't think bringing him back makes any sense whatsoever. I also don't think that if he is willing to waive his no trade clause, bringing back Nolan Arenado makes sense either. And we had that conversation a little bit earlier.
I mean,
there's certain things that just CD is setting up for a natural break. Moving on from Goldschmidt, it was a natural break.
Right.
His contract was up. You weren't going to pick up the option. It's time to move on.
Right.
So you have a clear. This is the benefit of having a clear path, by the way, for your organization.
And I think it helps. I think it helps your manager as well. You get a fresh start. And I know we were talking kind of the same thing with Bannister. Trying to balance having a young team and win games. But if you have a younger roster and everybody can see that they are younger players are going to make mistakes. I don't know how you manage a roster with Nolan Arenado on it and you're playing guys that have no more than 3 years in the league. Right. The majority of the guys that don't have more than 3 years in the league, consistent playing time.
Yep.
I think that's very difficult to do. And now you're not just managing the game. And you have to do this either way, but you're managing personalities, you're managing feelings, you're managing the players and how they're going about their day. It's a lot.
That's your job. That's one of your main jobs. Is keeping everybody together.
But it's difficult. It becomes more difficult when you have one of your star players who is disgruntled because I'm here with a team and I'm losing and I want to win a championship. And this team, at the way that it's set right now, is probably 2, 3, 4 years away from that.
Yeah.
So,
and I'm not good enough to help.
I didn't say that.
I did.
Okay.
I'm not good enough in my career right now to help.
Did he win a Gold Glove?
Not this past year.
He didn't? Was he a finalist?
Yes.
Still good enough then, Anthony.
Carey.
You.
And hold on to him then. At that price. You feel good now?
I think you do whatever helps the team get better. And if trading either one of those players helps your team, and again, you're not, in my opinion, I don't think you get something back that helps the team this year. Like, you're not going to get back a player that you're going to be able to back clean up and say, yep, we traded Nolan Arenado for this guy, and he's whatever.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I don't think that's what you get back. I think you get a player that has a high ceiling that some people are looking at and maybe 2, 3 years away. But you develop that player and you say, all right, in 2 or 3 years, we're going to put you at this position, first base. Because Wilson Contreras, now it'll be time to move on. And that's how you have to go about it. It's like college recruiting. You have to plan for the future. You can't just be set in year to year. You'll never have success.
Right.
And I feel like they have been set in a year-to-year phase, and now they're starting to look at a 2, 3, 5-year phase. How does each year look in between those 5 years?
Yeah, I agree. That's Kerry Davis. I'm Anthony Stalter. We're going to play Hot Take or Hot Garbage. So if you want to send in a Hot Take or Hot Garbage statement, you can. 314-399-9646 is the Air Comfort Service text line. Again, we'll play Hot Take, Hot Garbage next.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. The Blues take on the Sharks tonight. You can listen to that one right here on 101 ESPN. Pregame starts at 6. Puck drop is at 7. If you missed anything from today's show, including our interviews with Larry Fitzgerald and Chris Kerber, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the 101 ESPN Schaefer Door Company mobile app. It is free, so go download it if you have not. Head to the podcast page and you'll find all of our interviews and full shows there. And it's all brought to you by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. Coming up next, we have Hot Take or Hot Garbage. So get your hot takes in to the Air Comfort Service text line, 314-399-9646. Hot Take or Hot Garbage is next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
Hot take.
It's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Carey Davis, Andrew Marsh. I'm Anthony Stalter, and it's time to play Hot Take or Hot Garbage here in the Fast Lane. So if you have a hot take or hot garbage statement, you want to send it in, 314-399-9646. Marsh, go.
All right, from the 217, Hot Take or Hot Garbage, Paul Goldschmidt will be an all-star next season.
Where's he hitting? And if he's hitting in between... If he's sitting in between like Juan Soto and whoever, or
Judge,
Judge or Stanton, then I could see that. If not, if he's in like Arizona, I don't think he'll be an all-star. No, and I could see him going back to Arizona for a year. So I'll say hot garbage, but I understand where you're going with this.
It feels harsh.
Well, that's the game, though.
I know, but you know. Look, credit where credit is due.
Carey,
Man
this
won
is
the MVP. And
this
I'm not
is
being, this is the game. We have to play it that way.
Yeah.
Can we just say, take it or leave it? I'll just leave it.
No, that's
true or poo.
No.
Well, Paul Goldschmidt is not hot garbage. I think
that's
him
how it felt when Anthony
an
said
all-star next year is hot
Anthony
garbage.
said hot garbage, and I kind of felt like he was.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be an all-star with Freddie Freeman in the NL and all these other Bryce Harper, all these other first basemen. I don't think so.
What about the AL?
That's what I'm saying. If he's with the Yankees, it's a little different.
He's a DH.
It would make sense if he. Well, no, he's too good at first base.
Yeah, I wouldn't have him a DH. Come on, Carey.
Maybe back here.
Let's wisen up.
I think he's a backup first baseman for the Cardinals now.
Luke Baker, Alec Burleson, Brendan Donovan, Nolan Gorman. No, just kidding. No, it'll be Alec Burleson.
Okay.
I could totally see him being an all-star next year, not because, well, how do I say this? Because he's not on the Cardinals anymore.
Wow.
I could see it happening. That's
it
just
kind
a
of
lot,
happens
though.
that way.
Yeah, it just happens that way.
He'll probably have his best season since 2022.
Yeah. It's like trading a guy that didn't play all year and then he goes and wins a World Series.
Now, who the heck would ever do something like that? That's mad talk. What is he talking about?
I don't know. It's never happened before.
Ever.
From the 910 hot take, the Cardinals should go all in with the bullpen this year. Follow the Cleveland blueprint. Try to make the playoffs while playing the young guys.
Say that again.
So go all in on the bullpen this year. Follow the Cleveland Guardians blueprint and try and make the playoffs while playing the young guys. Have a solid bullpen that wins you games.
They had a solid bullpen last year.
Yeah.
Didn't. So here's the thing, and I know you're still studying this, Anthony.
Yeah.
You got to score runs for the bullpen to actually close out games to win them. Now, if some of those guys are going to have a bat and take it to the plate and hit it over the fence, sign me up for the bullpen. I think you got to score runs for the bullpen to even be effective.
Okay. Here's a problem. Here's a problem with going like all in on the bullpen. One, it makes no sense to keep Ryan Helsley. You got to trade him. No. Even if you were going to you're not going to turn around and then bring in a bunch of high-priced bullpen pieces. So you could theoretically still kind of go all in on the bullpen, but as long as you do it with like internal options, I'm okay with it. But ultimately, yeah. And Cleveland, while they don't have the power offensively, they know exactly who they are. Like, they'll put the ball in play consistently. They don't strike out. They'll take walks. They're kind of methodical with their offense. You really haven't proven that you can do that. Like, what is your offensive identity? The Guardians have a very clear offensive identity. I'll hang up and listen.
All right. Okay. This one's interesting. From the 636, hot take or hot garbage, Bo Nix will be Rookie of the Year.
Jaden Daniels still playing football?
Yeah.
He is?
Yes.
Okay, then hot garbage.
Yeah, I think Bo Nix has entered at least the picture.
He's playing. He has been playing well. He threw 4 touchdowns last week. I mean, 300 yards. I don't know if it's more about Bo or the folks from Atlanta, Georgia, decided not to play football last Sunday. I mean, they were there physically, not in spirit. Well, actually, maybe they were there in spirit and not there physically.
I don't think they were there at all. I think those were zombies.
What the hell was that?
And
man?
honestly, I think zombies. I would have preferred zombies. They would have been more aggressive.
After the quarterback,
they would have gone after the damn quarterback. Like, there would be some relentlessness to the zombies.
Jeez,
if they dressed in Falcon uniforms as opposed to whatever crap showed up last week in Denver.
Zombies are pretty fast.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they're fast, they're aggressive,
especially
they're relentless.
The new ones on Black Ops 6 that I've been playing. Those suckers, I mean, they're hauling butt.
Sure. Yeah, so I don't think that was the case. Yeah, I would rather have the zombies.
That's tough, man.
Could you recruit all zombies to play defense? I mean, I mean,
if you're going to recruit any position, it would have to be defense.
Yeah.
Like,
do you think you could get them to not jump off sides? That'd be my...
you probably be... they chomping at the bit. Like, you going to it. We probably just 5 yards this thing downfield.
That's my biggest concern.
And the other concern would definitely be, personal fouls. Like the amount of unsportsmanlike conducts and personal fouls,
unnecessary roughness.
Those guys, you wouldn't have enough players on the team.
Yep.
I feel like you'd have to throw like a stun grenade and stun them
to get them back.
Every snap.
Before every single snap, which is now it's like, will the players union get on board with that? I don't know.
Probably not.
My daughter, she used to watch a documentary where a zombie actually played football, and he was very good.
Really?
Yeah, he was a running back. Yep.
What was that documentary called?
I forget the name of it. She used to watch it all the time on Disney.
Yeah. Well, there was
Zombieland.
Zombieland.
Yeah,
I think that's a movie with Bill Fastlane Murray. He's in that. He's actually not a zombie. He actually pretends to be a zombie.
You know what? Maybe it's not called Zombieland.
Is it called Zombie High?
Maybe. And maybe the song that they sing is Zombieland.
I think it's Zombie
Welcome
High.
to Zombieland.
Zombieland is with...
Yeah, Bill Murray. Well, Bill Murray's in it.
He's in it, but it's
Jesse Eisenberg
and White Men Can't Jump.
Yes. Cheers.
Why am I blanking?
Ted
on
Danson. Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson.
Yes. You said Cheers. I said Ted Danson.
Woody Harrelson. Yeah. I saw a picture of Cheers, by the way. They had all the actors, and they had the ages of the actors during the photo, and they're all like super young.
They don't really look like
No, not at all.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
The 636 says we're playing Mutant League football.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who do you think could take down the zombies? Like maybe the werewolves?
Maybe.
Have a good.
I'm just saying, if you recruited zombies as your defenseman, and you can figure out how to limit the penalties.
I don't know how you rein them in though. The personal fouls alone Like it's and then you spoke about the players union. Like once zombies start doing their zombie thing, who's going to want to play those games?
Yeah, they got to be zombies at the end of the day.
They're going to all be zombies at the end of the day.
Right, it's very true. Very true.
It's the actual purple people eaters.
Yes. Yeah.
People.
By the way, breaking news here: Alex Ovechkin has a fracture in his left fibula. Anticipated to miss the next 4 to 6 weeks.
That stinks.
Need to get with the Blues program.
Get the bone
I don't think he
stimulator.
will, given his off-season regimen.
I don't know, Anthony. He's 20. I think he's 27 goals away from the record.
Yeah,
That's pretty close.
it is very close.
Speaking of hockey, from the 618, interesting one. Hot take or hot garbage? The Blues' issues is not coaching; it's the players. Veterans are holding this team back. Shen, Sod, Falk.
I don't think. Okay, so it's not coaching; it's the players, basically.
The veteran players.
The veteran players.
I guess those three specifically, based on the text.
I don't mean to sound like this is gonna make me sound totally arrogant, but I just don't think that this collection has figured out how to win games. Like this collection of players, this specific group, has not figured out how to win games consistently, playing with each other. Sorry for the Jamie-like reference there.
Well, they haven't figured out how to win games.
That's what I'm saying.
But
Like
I think
the end of the third period, it's a disaster.
But I think you've seen so many different lines. They've been trying to. They were before the injuries even started. They were jumbling the lines around, trying to figure out who played well with who played well on this line.
Yeah.
Are you a first liner, second liner? Who's going to be the defensive pairings? And then you hit the injuries, but the injury bug hits you, and now you're out of necessity. You may have actually come close to finding how the lines all match up, but then injuries hit, and now you got to go all over the place with the lines again. So I think once the injuries start to subside and everybody is back in their defined roles, I think you'll see a better team than what you're seeing now. At the end of the day, you still got to find a way. You still got to find a way to close out games if you have a lead.
Yeah,
you have to find a way to get a lead and then find a way to close out that game.
All right, there you go.
You think the zombies would be good in cover 2?
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know. There's a level of discipline that's required, though. It depends.
You'd almost have to have a mix. Like the zombies would have to be your front seven, and then the defense, like you'd have regular defenders.
Here come the zombies.
I think you'd have to play man to man because we call it cat coverage. I got that cat.
Yeah.
Like, you cover him, boom. That's your guy. I got him. You got him.
Yeah, it'd be PI every time. They'd be all over him.
I disagree. I think they'd come with an 11-man rush.
They'd be getting cooked out there.
Yeah. They'd be blitzing every single time.
The Falcons did that for 1 year. Do you remember that? It was called the Blitz Grits.
What?
They blitzed like all-out blitzes for 1 year, and it worked for 1 year.
And it was over.
I mean, not that they won anything big, but yeah. Do you remember that in like the 70s?
No, I don't remember that.
I can't remember how many guys they set, but they just all-out blitzes constantly, and they did okay.
Not great.
Couldn't you just run like a screen every time?
You would just throw it to somebody now.
Right.
Get your head around. Catch the ball. Let's go.
I'll have to look up to see how many points they gave up and all that. Anyways, all right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. We've got What's Trending next.
Find out what's going on in the sports world with What's Trending Now. Brought to you by Goodwill. Donate a car and get tickets to the St. Louis Cardinals.
Welcome back to the Fast Lane here on 101 ESPN with Anthony Stalter and Carey Davis. I'm Andrew Marsh, and it's time for What's Trending. Gentlemen, I went on ESPN.com, and on the main page, there is a question surrounding a certain hitter in Major League Baseball. And this question is, and I find it to be absurd, is Aaron Judge the best pure home run hitter of all time?
No. What do you mean by pure? There's a guy that played San Francisco, had a pretty good swing.
There's a guy playing in Atlanta, too.
Well, the guy in San Francisco had more home runs.
Yeah, but they said pure.
I asked, pure swing. Yeah, I agree. The swing from that guy in San Francisco was so pure. There was another guy that was in Seattle who had a pure swing. Yeah, the pureness of the swing, Anthony. I don't know where you are trying to take it, because what you're thinking of is alleged. Nothing is, proved. So, pure swing.
Let's be clear about that.
Yeah, let's be clear about it is right.
Well, you can be clear that it's a pure swing. Sometimes it can get a little messy.
Like cream of wheat. Cream of wheat.
Yeah, but
can get messy.
But clearly, the purest swing
was Hank Aaron.
Was the guy in San Francisco that started in Pittsburgh.
Jeff Kent. He didn't start in San Francisco. He was in New York.
I think those two actually got into it in the dugout one time.
Oh, they definitely did.
Yeah, the guy I'm talking about.
Will Clark.
Will Clark had a beautiful swing. Will the Thrill had a hell of a swing, but I'm thinking of another guy.
Matt Williams.
He was good too.
Juan
Good third
Uribe.
baseman. Liked him. Not him either.
Randy Wynn.
Mitch Morse.
No.
Mitch Morse.
I
Good
think you guys are
JT Snow.
Good. Another good one.
Okay.
But lefty.
I'm trying to think.
But the lefty I'm thinking about is arguably one of the best players to ever play the game.
In San Francisco?
In San Fran.
Willie Mays.
Yeah, Willie Mays was spectacular.
Yeah.
A different position, though.
Left-handed hitter.
Yeah, lefty. Great player, man. You guys know who I'm talking about.
Got to be Brandon Belt.
Got to be Brandon Belt, one of the all-time lefties for the Giants.
Yeah.
This guy won like 5 MVPs, 6 MVPs.
Well, Brandon Belt didn't win any MVPs. Really good player.
I shorted him.
The Crawdaddy, Brandon Crawford.
Yes. No, not the Crawdaddy.
Two-time World Series champion.
You know how good that guy was against Hector Neris?
Very good.
Pretty good against Hector Neris.
Except for that last time.
Except for the last time he faced him.
Angel Pagan.
You guys are going.
It's got to be Aaron Rowan.
Got to be Aaron Rowan. He's a righty, but
it's not Buster Posey either. You're kind of going all over the place.
He's a righty.
Okay. Well, yeah. You've been all over the place.
Okay.
Yeah. Barry Bonds.
Oh.
Barry Lamar Bonds.
Yeah, he's a pretty good player, man. I don't know if you've ever heard of him.
Oh, yeah.
Pure swing.
Yeah, Hank Aaron is the answer.
Yeah, pure swing.
Yeah.
700,000 home runs.
700,000 home runs. That sounds like one of the tiebreakers. Yeah. All right. So yeah, Hank Aaron is the answer to the to that one. Yeah. Our guy, my guy Travis Green, who used to work at 101 here. Travis Ishikawa. That's who it was. That was a burn for everybody involved. Lefty,
man,
for sure, and one that Michael Walker and Mike Matheny will never forget.
It's tough. It's tough. Guys, Thursday Night Football, the Steelers taking on the Browns tonight.
Steeler Nation, let's weld.
Usually we have a Thursday Night Football preview. I don't really know if we need one tonight.
Well, okay, so
sure you do.
I looked at Carey in the break, and I said to Carey, with all due respect to his beloved Steelers.
And I mean with all due respect.
And I do mean, yeah. This could be a horrible football game tonight.
What do you mean by horrible?
I mean, neither offense can move the ball. It winds up being one of those like 6-3, 9-3 games, all FGs. just brutal.
Well, I told you I played in a game that was a little bit worse than that.
I
There was
remember that
one
game.
field goal in the fourth quarter. It was. Now, that's a defensive struggle.
Steelers, Dolphins.
17 seconds left. Jeffrey.
Sunday night game?
Yeah, Monday night.
Monday night.
That was the Monday night game.
Okay.
Yeah. Great game, man. You know? Great game.
Great game if you like defenses and teams that can't move the ball. I think it could be brutal tonight. Steelers aren't great coming off the short week on the road. I know they don't have to travel far, but Tomlin, I brought this up earlier, I think Tomlin's 0-7 on a Thursday night.
He'll be okay.
On the road.
They got some guys.
It's a divisional game. I think it's going to be rough.
You didn't see Myles
Rough
Garrett
viewing.
and TJ Watt kind of having a back and forth?
No.
It was more Miles than they were interviewing him. Miles said, well, I don't complain about the defensive MVP trophies that aren't at my home.
Oh, Snapdragon.
And TJ said, I don't care what happens. I just want the Steelers to win.
Wow.
You know why? 'Cause he's a Steeler.
Yeah.
It's about championships. It's not about individual awards. Nobody cares.
It's not about.
Those are a product of winning games and winning championships. That's the mindset that you have as a Pittsburgh Steeler that you go into every single game with. And when you go in with that mentality, there's no way you can lose. So, yeah. Steelers by 30.
By 30?
Yeah.
I don't know if 30
I don't
points
think
will
they
score in
combine.
a
I don't think
game.
they combine for 30. I don't think they
I
combine
think
for
the
30.
weather's pretty bad out there in
It's
Cleveland.
going to be bad.
All right.
Yep.
Damn.
AFC
Lake
North.
Erie.
AFC North football, for sure. All right, that's what's trending here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Steve Sarkisian and Lane Kiffin have different viewpoints on playing in the SEC title game. I want to ask you guys, whose viewpoint do you more align with? Because I've got one I'm definitely aligned with one of these guys. That's next to 101 ESPN. So Black Friday is next Friday, but at Auto Centers Nissan Herculaneum, Black Friday every day throughout the month of November. In fact, it's extended until December 2nd. So what is the Black Friday everyday event going on at Auto Centers Nissan? What does it mean to you? It means low financing rates available right now on vehicles that you might be looking at, whether it's the Pathfinder, the Rogue, the Altima, or maybe it's a Nissan Kick or a Nissan Sentra. Brand new, with financing rates that are unbelievable and 3 months available in terms of no payments, too, on certain select Nissans. Brand new Nissan Kicks, like I was talking about, priced around $20,000. Brand new Nissan Sentras, now priced around $23,000. All at Auto Centers Nissan Herculaneum, where you're going to find over 700 new and used vehicles all in one location, the largest and best used selection in St. Louis. You're bound to find the perfect vehicle to match your lifestyle and your budget. Eligible vehicles can take advantage of the complimentary lifetime warranty. Plus, select new Nissans come with the complimentary maintenance plan plus a 30-day return promise. It's all there out in Herculaneum. Tell them Stalter sent you. It's Auto Centers Nissan and AutoCentersNissan.com. 7:02, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. We, CD and I and Marshall like to play the Name That Band game sometimes. And I just gave CD to Tennessee.
I know the song.
Lord, I really mean
That's Jamie Rivers.
No. Jamie does sing that from time to time, but no, it's not. He is not the band. All right, we'll give Carey an opportunity to think about that.
Arrested Development.
There you go. Yeah. Nailed it. Nailed it. All right, so Ole Miss head coach Lane Kiffin said it might be best as a 2-loss team to not play in the SEC championship game. This is what Texas head coach Steve Sarkisian said on ESPN radio. I think he was on Fitz's show, right, Marshy?
Yeah, Ian Fitzsimmons.
Thank you, sir. Here's Steve Sarkisian, Texas's head coach, kind of replying to Lane Kiffin, or at least reacting to the comment.
I couldn't disagree anymore. Lane and I both know we've been in the SEC long enough. It's a heck of an accomplishment to be an SEC champion on the football field, almost as much as it is being a national champion. I think Nick Saban can attest to that. Kirby Smart can attest to that. So we're all striving to be SEC champs and would love that opportunity. And then if you can go win that game, then you do get that bye, and then you don't play until the end of December. And so the key to the drill is when you get into that game is finishing the job and trying to win a championship to celebrate that with your team and then earn a first-round bye so you don't have to play till the end of December or early January.
What side of the debate are you on here? Because Lane Kiffin is kind of talking about, from a strategic standpoint, getting in the dance. Maybe it's best you don't play in the SEC title game. I think what Sark is referring to is having the mentality that you want to play in that game. Yeah. You want to win. You want the bye. You want to play. You don't want to play until the end of December. Where do you fit into that?
Well, it's interesting because if you win the SEC championship game, you get a bye. Mm-hmm. If you don't play in the SEC championship, you're essentially getting a bye as well. But you're seeded differently in the tournament.
What you're saying. Yeah.
So if you get in and lose, yeah, I understand it. And I think what Kiffin is saying is that extra game that you're playing, if you don't win, you kind of put yourself at a disadvantage. But I want to play. I want to win.
Yeah.
I want to play. I want to win. I want to assert dominance over all of the other teams in my league and let them know, hey, when you all think about it, you know who won it.
Yeah.
We're the best, and now we're going to go win the whole thing. And so that would be,
yourself.
The hell, you guys, we're the best in this conference. Mm-hmm. And I think that always is the mindset. Like, we in Pittsburgh, we played for, we called it, you playing for a hat. Like, you play the games where you can get hats. Mm-hmm. Hats and T-shirt game. Those are divisional championships. When you win those, you win an AFC or NFC championship, or when you win the Super Bowl. Like, those are that's what we're playing for.
Sure.
So your goal each year is to win your division. In college, your first goal should be to win your conference. Win your conference, get the bye, and let everybody else have that extra week of playing games while you're sitting there and scouting and figuring out, you're getting healthy, you're getting guys back ready to roll, and you're getting a chance to figure out what team you're going to play. I want to play, I want to win, and then I want to have the bye and watch everything else shake out.
Yeah, for me, I'm with you. I want to play in that game. Think about all the things that Dan Campbell has said with his Lions, and one of the things that he had mentioned was, we don't care who we're going to play in the next round. We'll play them in the parking lot. We'll play them at their place. We'll play them at our place. It doesn't matter. I do think there is a mentality to sports. And if you start to play we don't want to do this, we don't do that, and it could have Lane. I'm not even crushing Lane Kiffin on this one, because Lane Kiffin he was asked a question, he answered it honestly, mm-hmm. and there is some strategic element to it. But for me, I especially Texas, and if you're Sark, you have a good chance of playing in the SEC title game. Do you want your players saying, I don't know, we might not want to play? No, we want to play.
We want to play.
We want to play
line
every
it up.
week. Exactly.
And we want to see who's the best.
Yep.
And we want to all come out clean and be safe and be ready to go on to the next game. But you want to play and you want to win. Like, competitors, guys that at that level want to play. The ones that don't usually aren't good enough to continue to have success in that sport. So, yeah, I think, and that's not, and I understand what Lane Kiffin is saying. I don't know how close they are even to being in the SEC championship game. They are probably, let me check. I think they're third or fourth. No, they're fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sixth. So it's really, you got to have some guys fall in front of you.
Yep.
In order to even have a chance to play in the SEC championship game. So, yeah, I don't think it's I don't think it's a concern of theirs, but I do understand what he's saying. But I would want to play.
Marsh, are you different on this? Do you have the different viewpoint?
I understand.
Sometimes you have the pragmatic viewpoint of it.
Thought you said something else.
Pregnant viewpoint of it?
Mm-mm.
He can't get pregnant.
No, but
not yet.
Not ever.
Anyways, I think it's a little different now with the expanded teams with 12 teams now. I understand where Lane Kiffin's coming from. I think from an athlete standpoint, you want to play in that game, and the SEC championship it's a huge thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a huge deal, especially for these players. I just think that if you have that mindset, you're not going to win the game, even if you do go into the college football playoff. Like you're going to be in the wrong headspace. And honestly, you want to win that game because you get the bye, and then you get to see you get that week off.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting a week off either way. However, that 1 week off that you do get, if you get the bye, you get to know who you play.
Yeah.
Whereas if you just play, or if you don't play, you have no idea who you're playing. So yeah, you get a week off for rest and stuff like that, but you can't take that week to game plan for a certain team because you don't know what the bracket's going to look like.
True.
But I understand, like, there's a possibility if you play in that game and you lose that you don't get a chance to play for the national championship.
Don't lose.
But that's the key right there. Don't lose. If you think your team is good enough to win, then it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter.
Ole Miss lost to Kentucky,
I don't think
so
Ole Miss
don't know.
I don't think Ole Miss is good enough.
Bagging them for that. First of all, it's Arkansas.
No, it's Kentucky. It was Kentucky.
I know. I'm kidding. I kept thinking it was Arkansas.
Lost to LSU too. Terrible.
I get it though. Like at the same time, are you playing for an SEC championship or are you playing for a national championship?
You're playing for a national championship.
So either way, it's just get in, right? If you have that Cardinals viewpoint of just get in,
how's that worked?
Well, it hasn't worked that well lately.
Yeah.
So I can see both scenarios or both sides of the coin here. And honestly, I don't mind both of them. But if I were a player, if I were a coach, I'd be on Sark's side.
There you go. Agreed. All right. So we all want to play in the SEC title game. All say aye.
Aye.
I'd rather play in the Big Ten title game.
That's
I'm
why
more
you're
of a
my
Big
guy.
Ten guy myself.
Well, it's a more difficult conference to win, although
It definitely is.
not.
No, it is. Tough teams in the Big Ten.
Yeah. How many Tuesday night games have you won in the Big Ten?
None.
More of a MAC championship guy. Play at Ford Field.
That's
I believe
right.
that's where they play.
That's exactly where they play. Marshall, well done.
Thank you.
Nice job on that. Yeah, it's a big moment. Typically, the first championship game played on that Saturday. The Pac-12 it used to play on that Friday night, and then on Saturday morning you wake up and boom, you got MAC championship right in your face.
Yeah,
it's huge.
You what time does that start?
Typically 11 a.m.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Do you think they'll get rid of conference championship games?
Probably.
Really?
Yep. I think they're going to get rid of. I think they're going to get rid of conferences.
They need
at
to
some
get
point.
rid of the out of conference games.
I'm fine with that
Let's
too.
start there. Let's not have 3 non-conference games
that don't matter.
Yep. And you're missing out on playing certain teams in your conference.
I agree.
You'll never be able to play every team every year, but you can go every 2 years, play home and away, and then change the schedule, reshuffle the schedule. You're playing the majority of your conference games.
I agreed. Sorry, CD. I completely agree. Keep your rivalry game.
Yes.
Alabama should always play Auburn. Michigan should always play Ohio State. Central Michigan should always play Western Michigan.
Got to play them.
But
Central West weekend.
Yeah, exactly. Central Western weekend. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what it said.
Yeah,
that's what I meant.
Listen. You're so fired up about it. Fire up tips that you know.
Well, what about the Texas Michigan game that you were touting at the beginning of the year?
I'm good. I'm
other.
You're talking about like Alabama versus Mercer.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
what I'm
talking
thinking.
the non-FBS,
like the Citadel.
Exactly. Or Florida International.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Like
you shouldn't
Illinois.
be playing Florida International.
You don't get the Appalachian State upset over Michigan. Like you don't get that then if you get rid of those types of games.
True, but you also how many of the 50 to 10 blowouts do you also lose in the process? Like I'll give you the App State win. Yeah. Versus what did Alabama beat Mercer by?
One time though.
70-0, wasn't it? 70.
It was bad.
Did they score?
Who did Ole Miss lose to? Like a year or two after that. That was just an embarrassment.
Oh, I don't remember.
They lost at home, and man, I can't remember who it was, but they lost a really bad one as well.
They're few and far between.
Somebody will chime in with that.
I would like to see more FBS teams play FCS teams. Like when North Dakota State plays teams, like I genuinely believe that North Dakota State can win that game based on how good of a program they are in the FCS. They almost beat Colorado.
Yeah.
You know, they've beaten teams before.
Yeah, Idaho almost beat Oregon. I mean, it happens. Not often. But if you don't get them when you can get them, you probably ain't going to get them again. Get them a second time if you get a chance at it.
I'm trying to look this up.
Ole Miss?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Ole Miss. It's like Jacksonville State or something.
Oh,
Jackson State?
Jackson State.
Jacksonville. It was. It wasn't Ole Miss, though.
Liberty?
No.
ULM? We're getting text messages.
No. Maybe it wasn't Ole Miss. I'll think of it. Or I won't.
ULM beat Bama is what the 636 said. Louisiana Monroe.
I'm almost positive it was Ole Miss that got him.
Yeah.
Or somebody got Ole Miss. I don't know.
It's not ringing any bells.
All right, fine. Well, why don't we just go to the Sports Six Pack then? My first question is, who did Ole Miss lose to? That was a massive upset in like the 2000s. 314-399-9646. If you have any questions, send them in. We're going to do our Sports Six Pack next.
time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. And I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
The Sports Six Pack is brought to you by Paramount Men's Medical Center. Suffering from ED or PE? Your first treatment is free at ParamountMen'sMedical.com.
It's the Fast Lane on 101 at ESPN. Kerry Davis, Anthony Stalter, our guy Andrew Marsh has your questions for the Sports Six Pack now.
Question number 1.
From the 573, and this is on the cusp of Anthony's favorite weekend ever. In ever, Bob. From the 573, what's on your Mount Rushmore of Thanksgiving food?
Oh, dressing.
Yeah, dressing for sure.
Mac and cheese.
Sweet potato.
Sign me up.
Like a sweet potato casserole. Ooh. Little mallow on top there.
Sign me up.
Pumpkin pie.
I'm over sweet potato guy. Sweet potato pie.
I love sweet potato. I don't want the sweet potato pie. I want the sweet potato casserole.
I want it all. Can I say all?
Nope.
No, I want to say all.
Yeah, you can't.
D. All of the above.
I don't know if you can.
Greens, mac and cheese.
Turkey with the gravy or turkey with the cranberry?
Doesn't matter. I'm not really a turkey guy. I'm a ham guy.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not
ham.
for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Not over turkey.
Oh, yeah. I don't need turkey.
You do ham for...
I can have
Christmas.
ham. This is my
Christmas
ham. Mount Rushmore. You said I can do what I want.
Well,
you just said I couldn't do all.
Yeah, until we realized what you did to the turkey.
I don't need the turkey.
Oh, Carey.
I don't need turkey. I can deal without it.
Wow.
Ham. I don't need ham or turkey. I can not have meat on Thanksgiving. But if I'm choosing, it's going to be ham over turkey.
I definitely have cheesy potatoes on there. Cheesy potatoes.
What about like the green bean casserole with like the crunch up top?
Yeah, that onion. The onion flakes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or a corn flake.
Corn casserole is unbelievable.
Yeah.
And this is, of course, if the people cook it right.
Well, that matters.
Sure. But we're not going to judge because we're not cooking it.
Well, here's my thing.
Speak for yourself.
Do you cook the Thanksgiving meal?
I cook some meals, but I will judge if it's not good.
I was just going to invite you over to the old Stalter household if you're cooking, man. But
I will.
Now I realize that you're just going to be somebody who judges.
I won't judge in your face.
Wow. Okay.
I think certain dishes are good depending on who cooks them. So this family member cooks a great green bean casserole compared to another family member. Maybe their green bean casserole isn't as good. So I think it depends on who's cooking it where I want to rank.
You're doing like a rating.
Well,
yeah.
Listen, there are rules to Thanksgiving. Like if you aren't good at a specific dish, you're not supposed to bring that dish. The person that's good at that dish, that's the dish that they bring. And if you bring the dish that is the same as the person that really makes the dish, and
you're out.
Yeah, hey,
don't come
fights
back.
have started for less.
Yeah,
right.
True.
Who made the mac and cheese?
Yeah,
and then Uncle.
It's Uncle Terry, you were not supposed to.
We did this last year.
Yeah. Is it like Kraft mac and cheese or is it Cracker Mac?
We asked you not to do this again,
and here you are.
Continue to do it.
Right? Why?
You're not invited.
That's all I
You're
can
not
cook.
invited.
Yeah, get out.
Get out. Yeah,
Did you have fun? Good. Get out.
Time to go.
I would love for you guys to guess what I
Take your
had
dish with you.
Take your subpar mac and cheese and hit the road.
Try and guess what I've been designated to bring to my family Thanksgiving.
Rolls.
Plates.
No. You're on the right path.
Alcohol.
A centerpiece.
No.
Ice.
I'm sure I will have to bring ice.
Cups.
No.
Beer.
It's still you can consume it.
Oh.
You're on the right path.
Chips.
Wine.
No.
Who's on the right path?
Yeah. You are. I am.
Anthony's on the right path.
Beer, wine, liquor.
Soda.
Soda.
Yeah.
I've been tasked to bring soda to my Thanksgiving meal. I go, really, Mom? Is that what you think of me? You don't think I can cook? You're absolutely right. Splashback douche just goes, you're tearing apart the family, Terry.
Don't bring this here anymore. We've discussed this.
Marshy, sweetie, can you bring the ice and the soda? Yeah, that's... Yep, okay. Mom, I can do other things. Well, I offered, and she said, no, we got it covered. I go, all right, say less.
You don't have to do that.
Say less.
Yeah. Sorry, cook. Sorry, Marsh. Yeah, you're a wonderful cook. Now, I've ever had your food? No, but I just believe in you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Question number 2.
I will never cook for Carey. Never.
Wow.
I'm not picky.
You just spent 5 minutes talking about how picky you were.
This is Thanksgiving food we're talking about
true.
here.
By the way,
this is one damn time a year.
Is the food touching?
I don't care. Yeah,
Okay,
everything
I
on top of all of it.
I eat like a prisoner.
Yeah.
I'm just there are two type of people in the world. Those that mash up all their food on Thanksgiving like it's gonna be their last meal, and they don't care. And the ones that have like dividers.
That's ridiculous.
I
want the juices flowing into one another. Like it's all meshing into one thing. I don't know what I just bit into, but it's all
mashed potatoes, the corn, the green beans. You kind of pop it off at the bottom there with the turkey or ham if you're, a savage like Carey.
Question number 2.
From the 314, obviously, you guys don't know anything. You have proven that for years.
I thought criticisms was later.
But, in your opinion, if the Cardinals have a better record next year without Paul Goldschmidt, Nolan Arenado, and the closer, Ryan Helsley, assuming they get moved, will Ollie get an extension?
Oh. How many years he has next year?
He's got 2 years
left.
So following that's probably.
I would say
what's the record at?
Are they a playoff team?
Like, are they like 84 wins?
Right, 85 and missed the playoffs?
I don't think he gets an extension unless they make the playoffs.
I don't think and I agree with that. I think you would probably wait it out. And I know you don't want to go into the season with a manager on his last year of a contract, which
Typically
is why
not.
they re-signed him this upcoming season, off season.
Right.
But I think at that point you would wait it out and see.
Yeah, why I get it. Like, I don't want to be managing on on a last year go ahead and do it.
Right.
Prove to us that you're good to go. That's just my thought. Yeah. Interesting.
Question number 3.
From the 314, I'm just trying to find a question. We just keep getting a bunch of Thanksgiving stuff.
Gotcha.
I'm getting absolutely choked right now on the
Why are you getting church?
Well, someone said I probably sit at the kiddie table.
Oh, that's not nice.
I mean, it is what it is.
It's funny. It's not nice, but it is funny.
Someone told me not to be a hero. I don't know what that means.
Just bring the soda.
Just bring the soda.
Yeah, I mean, that's
do your job.
Like, let's be honest. I'm very happy that I'm only bringing like 2 liters of soda.
Yeah, but
like, I'm cool with it.
You also, I don't know, man. I feel like
I'm almost
feel
30, so I feel
attacked.
like I'd be a part of like the cooking club.
Yeah.
I don't know. It is what it is.
I mean, I've never been asked to bring something.
Really?
Not even soda.
Wow.
Actually, maybe that's not true. Maybe back in the day, I used to bring the liquor.
There you go.
And ice.
And how important is that?
Oh, I walked in and people cheered.
They were waiting on you.
Yeah.
Can't get anything going until you get there.
Yeah, everybody else is just in the kitchen all morning.
Doing what?
Just cooking,
working,
shopping, whatever.
Hey, need any help over there? No, we're good. All right, sounds good. Going back to watch football.
Yep.
I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, from the 636, which league runs off coaches more, the NFL or the NHL?
NHL. It's not
the
even.
NHL
I don't even know what the numbers are. It just feels like the NHL.
Does the NHL have a thing called Black Monday?
Yeah, it's called Every Monday. Every Monday, you could get fired in the NHL. I've seen it. I've seen a coach get fired like days in to a season before.
I saw that happen in basketball.
Sure.
Yeah.
The NHL, I feel like the NHL runs off coaches. I mean, Marsh, correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like they can't wait to run off a coach.
Yeah, and then the other team will pick him up and hire him.
Yeah, and they'll fire their own coach. They'll be like, you're done.
Yeah.
This guy's available. Didn't he just get fired? Yeah, you're out. See ya. He's coming in.
That's kind of ridiculous.
I just feel like the NHL is all about a couple of things.
And then there's
fast play, sticks, and firing coaches.
Yeah. Yeah, you nailed it.
Thank you.
And then there's Major League Baseball where you don't even know who half the managers are.
Nope. Tell you the impact of them. Yet every fan base individually wants their own guy fired immediately.
Well, you know who the managers of the good teams
This
are.
guy doesn't know what he's doing. Do you know his name? No. I want him gone. Sucks. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Let's do the biggest question of the day.
You want to roll it over?
Do you want to roll it over?
Yeah.
Do you have enough?
Well,
I don't want to force you to weed through, turkey and stuffing.
No, we got some more people text it in.
Let's roll it over. Sports Six Pack rolled over next on 101 ESPN.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Blues take on the Sharks tonight, and you can listen to that one right here on 101 ESPN. We'll have the pregame for you starting at 6. Puck drop will be around 7. If you missed anything from today's show, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free 101 ESPN Schaefer Door Company mobile app. It is free. Go check it out. Just head to the podcast page, and you'll find all of our interviews, including the 2 that we did today with Larry Fitzgerald and Chris Kerber. You'll also find all of our full shows there, and it's all brought to you by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. We have part 2 of our Sports Six-Pack coming up next, so get your questions into the Air Comfort Service text line, 314-399-9646. Part 2 of the Six-Pack coming your way next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, an independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
The Sports Six-Pack is brought to you by Paramount Men's Medical Center. Suffering from ED or PE? Your first treatment is free at ParamountMen'sMedical.com.
All right, carrying over the Sports Six-Pack here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh and Jamie Rivers. He's gone, guys.
Hi.
Where'd
Jamie
he go?
Rivers here.
I was going Marsh, Jamie.
Well,
then Carey.
no, actually, he was calling me Jamie.
I was not calling you.
I thought we got past this, Marsh.
Yeah. Sometimes I just get into a rhythm.
I've almost been here a year now.
I know who
One
you
would
are.
think that my co-host, my brother from another mother, would actually know who I am.
I've actually worked longer with you. That's the ironic part. I've worked with you way longer than I've worked with Jamie. It's not even close, quite frankly. Yeah, man.
That's okay.
Take 2. It's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh and my guy, Kerry Davis. I'm Anthony Stalter. Jamie Rivers is downtown for tonight's Blues and Sharks game. Pre-game starting at 6 o'clock right here on 101 ESPN. All right, let's continue our Sports Six-Pack, shall we, Marsh?
Question number 4.
I did it, Gary.
From the 314, do any of you use the I got to do it for my job excuse to watch as much sports as you want on any holiday or any gathering?
You know, the only reason why I don't use that is because it doesn't work. My wife would look at me and be like, oh, okay, yeah.
She knows.
She knows.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah. She's like, oh, really? Can you, I don't know, watch the game later?
I gotta watch it live.
Do you? Or can you, well, I don't know, just watch it later and be a part of your family?
Oh.
Yeah.
Man.
Are you prioritizing your family over some game?
No, I would be with my family.
So no, I never. I have heard that before. Like, oh, you just get to watch the game because it's part of your job.
So
my wife doesn't care.
I will say this: my first year doing this full time, about 6 to 8 months in, I was like, I'm tired of watching sports. It's different.
You do get to the point where you're like, man, I'd love to check out that show.
I want to watch TV. I want to watch a TV show. I want to watch a movie. I don't want to watch a damn game tonight. I don't want to do it. No, you can't make me. I do.
It's really funny.
When the Blues don't have a game, like when there is an off night, I'm like, oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I don't have to watch. I can watch for pleasure
TV,
and not.
movies,
I can watch a movie. I can watch a TV show. I can catch up on some episodes that I haven't seen.
Last night was one of those nights.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you watch a movie?
No, I watched the Warriors play basketball.
That's really funny. So no, we don't use that.
Question number 5.
I was talking earlier, ideal and realistically. Ideally, you say it. Realistically, it doesn't work.
Nobody cares.
The best is when someone else is like, oh, you have to watch this game, right? Like, I totally get it. I'm like, Yes.
Yes, I do.
Yes.
That's why I can't come to your thing there. I feel horrible.
That's why I can't come to your kid's birthday party.
Sorry about that.
That game, I got to know. I got to see what's happening.
Yeah.
In real time.
Although it is kind of fun, though, like if I have to take the kids someplace, like a birthday party event or whatever, like I did do that. I think Killing had 2 birthday parties to go to on a Sunday a couple of weekends ago. Just had the old Red Zone channel right there.
There you go.
Oh, sorry, I gotta watch this. I'm working. Sorry, I can't chit chat right now. The Steelers are in the red zone. So
the Waterboy made a great point on the text line. Last night was Maction.
That's right, it was. Did you watch
I did.
Ohio?
I did not. I didn't. I was unable to catch it.
Well, here's the thing about Ohio. They were down 7-0 in the Glass Bowl in Toledo.
Well, what is the Glass Bowl?
Their stadium.
Oh, I thought it was like a...
No.
Well, there's the Rose Bowl and there's the Glass Bowl.
Exactly. It's not a rose, you know.
I thought it was like like the Iron Bowl.
No. Oh, no. Yeah, like what they call the game. No.
Yeah.
No, they just call it the toughest conference clash in ever, Bob.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know who they are, but
they're out there. Ohio came back, Kerry, 24-7. 24 unanswered.
Didn't see it.
And Buffalo rolled against Eastern Michigan. Eastern Michigan has not been good the last couple of weeks.
No, they haven't. I've been paying attention.
Yeah, they've been slipping. Yeah. And, of course, you guys all saw on Tuesday night. Just real action. Central outside upset there. Outright upside.
Yeah.
Jeez,
It's
I can't
outside
talk.
as well.
Yeah.
Did you say outside?
Outside upset. I went through it all right there. I still didn't get it. It was an outright upset for my Central Michigan Chippewas outside in the elements.
I like outside upright.
Holy smokes. Is it 5:30?
Yeah. 5:40, actually.
Man, that was terrible.
From the 618, at what point does the blame start falling on the players, not the coaching?
Well, I think it should. Here's the thing. We like to do this, right? Where we hand out certain sizes of the blame pie. It's all encompassing. It starts with the ownership, and I don't care what we're talking about, like what team we're talking about.
Yeah.
It starts with the ownership, and crap rolls downhill. It's not just the player. The players need to perform. The coaching staff also needs to make sure that they're prepared and they get the most out of said players. If the team is losing, it's all encompassing, in my opinion.
I think you start blaming the coach when you see the decision making is very questionable. So like in different sports, if you're in football and you have a coach that goes for it on 4th and 20 on his own 20 in the third quarter, down 3.
Right.
That's questionable.
Yeah, it sounds
but he
like
does
something
it
Brandon
4 or
Staley
5
would do.
times.
Or Dan Campbell.
Brandon Staley has made a lot of questionable decisions. The players probably didn't play well enough. And you say you're in hockey, you got a goalie that gives up a lot of soft goals, but you keep trying them out there.
Right.
Like that's a questionable decision where you're starting to wonder, well, why is this guy playing so much? I think because Coach Venturi, Rick Venturi, was on this airwaves for years, long time ago. He said you're either coaching or you're allowing it. And so as a coach, if you know the players aren't performing well and you have someone that can do a serviceable job, but you're still letting that specific player play, that's on you.
Yeah, I got you.
But if you don't got nobody to replace him and he's all you got and he stinks, then that's on him.
That's on the GM,
And that's on the GM as well.
Or the owner, if you're the
There you go.
Yeah, definitely.
Question number 6.
Or Aaron Rodgers.
Who is all-encompassing.
There you go. That's why I said it.
Yeah.
From the 314, if the Dodgers sign Juan Soto and Sasaki, do you think baseball has a problem?
Well, I think baseball had a problem a long time ago.
What's the problem? You don't like winners? I'm sorry.
I shouldn't have asked the question.
I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Baseball had a problem a year ago. We all knew the Dodgers were going to win the World Series back in December. I said as much. Marsha, you got my back on this, right?
What is he looking for?
You know what I'm looking for.
Well, I hope they're not here. No, don't help him.
No, I'm not.
What are we doing?
I'm not helping him.
What are we doing?
Are you serious? Why would you do that?
Are you guys serious? Huh? Are you guys serious? Does baseball have a problem? Do you have a problem with winners? You don't like championships, huh? You don't like people that win MVPs and are the best players to play the game. You don't like that? You don't wish that was here in St. Louis? The Dodgers, as I got on my Dodger blue, that's what they do. They sign them. You got it, spend it. Where you going to take it with you? You can't. No, you can't keep it. Spend it, have fun, win championships, pop bottles. You know how much fun they were having in that clubhouse after they won that championship game? They were waiting for can the media get out so we can get after it? You sign Juan Soto, sign me up for 3 more of them at least. Next 6 years, huh? Does baseball have a problem? They're going to have a problem when that Dodger blue rolls all over them. Yeah, you better believe it. Problem for them, not for us.
All right. You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Right, thank you.
No, yeah, baseball definitely has a problem. But it's not just this. Not just this year. It's basically been every year for a while now. So, all right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Kerry Davis, Andrew Marsh, Anthony Stalter. We've got Bet the Board. By the way, congratulations to Aaron Judge.
As he sits in his home or wherever he is.
Wherever he's at, as he collects an MVP award.
Yeah.
Nice job there.
An award show.
All rise.
That's the problem baseball got.
No award show.
Events.
Right. You're right, Kerry. That makes a lot more sense. We got Bet the Board. We got criticisms and compliments, and we have 3 stars of the day next. Missouri Athletic Club is great every month because they always have something going on for the family and for you as an individual. But when it comes to the holidays, man, they knock it out of the park, whether it's a Thanksgiving event that they have, Thanksgiving dinner, or a breakfast with Santa coming up in a month or so. They always do it right. They do big events right. And when they have the speaker series downtown, they bring in big-time guests, talk about relevant topics or things that are nostalgic for the city of St. Louis. Again, the Missouri Athletic Club, love being a club member. That's my MAC. anything from today's show, you can always download the podcast, available at 101ESPN.com or via the Schaefer Door Company 101 ESPN mobile app. All brought to you.
Oh.
The podcast is all brought to you by Dobbs Tire and Auto Center. There it is. Marsh?
Well, I just feel like they both needed
frisky.
They both needed a ding.
their own.
Yeah.
Why can't they both get a ding?
They absolutely can.
They did.
And they did. Marsh, latest standings for Bet the Board.
Anthony, I have 10. You have 9. Carey and Jamie both have 5.
So Marsh.
What was that?
Man.
Yeah, what are you saying there, Carey?
Man. Not saying anything.
Okay.
Just talking to myself here.
Okay, give me the Steelers' first drive to end in a punt. Minus. Oh no! It just changed.
Oh, no.
It literally just changed. Okay.
You want me to
can go.
All right. We don't have the same. I'm going to take the Browns' alternate team total under 17.5 points at minus 150. No way the Browns score 18 tonight.
All right. I've been trying this for a while now. I'll try it again. LeBron James, over 39.5 points, rebounds, and assists.
You keep going back to the well there.
Yeah.
That's fine.
It ain't worked yet.
Hey, you know what?
Doesn't mean it's not going to work. Just means it hasn't worked yet.
That's right. You're absolutely right. Yep. I believe in you.
Thank you. I almost called you Jamie.
That would have been awesome. I really wish you did. That would have been phenomenal.
Oh, man.
All right, I found one. Give me the first team to record a first down, the Pittsburgh Steelers at minus 120.
Oh.
That's a unique play.
It is. What if they don't get the ball first?
Yeah, well,
stop them.
that would be terrible, right? The Steelers win the toss. You're feeling great. Mm-hmm. They punt.
Yeah.
No first downs.
That would stink because that was my first.
That would have been your first play. Yep.
Don't like it.
That's all right.
Don't like it.
You're going to be great tonight.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay.
All right, ready for criticisms and compliments?
Yes.
From the 314, judging by Anthony's track record of predicting outcomes of games, I'm betting the over tonight.
Oh,
okay.
Wow.
I have developed
What's
quite
the over in that game.
Is it 36
and a half or something like that?
Ah, yeah.
It's kind of funny, though. Like, I've developed a reputation for not knowing how to predict games. I believe I'm first in our pick'em pool, and I believe I just won Bet the Board for the third month last month. But, yeah, you do you. You undeniable fast lane.
Okay. All right.
From the 314.
I feel passionate about it. You know? You're chirping me without facts.
Oh, he predicted that one game wrong.
Okay. How many predictions do we make? 487
Every day.
Oh, remember you got the one wrong.
Okay. Yeah, you got me on that one. Go fast lane yourself.
Whoa.
Whoa.
From the 314, I feel your pain, Marsh. My mom shattered her femur and had her knee replaced 2 months ago and would rather make all of the Thanksgiving food herself than have me bring something.
Oh, damn. It was just that bad. No.
Damn. I mean, what's your mom telling you there? She basically doesn't trust you to put your own pants on, right?
I hope your mother feels better. I hope her leg feels better, her knee feels better. Yeah. That's tough.
That was a very Larry Fitzgerald response you just had there, Carey.
Trying to be
coming off my pure hatred comment.
All right, 3 stars of the day. Our third star of the day, unfortunately, goes to Travis Ishikawa.
Oh,
Ishikawa to right.
That was a bad night for Cardinals fans.
Not great.
Yeah.
Second star of the day goes out to zombies.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Specifically, zombies that play defense.
Yes.
Front seven.
Yeah, front seven, not in the secondary.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And our first star of the day goes out to a guy that could probably smoke those zombies and catch anything that was thrown to him. Great guy, great player, Larry Fitzgerald.
Absolutely. That's the only way to go for our first star today. All right. Carey Davis.
Hey, by the way, Jamie is picking.
Oh, yeah. Jamie loves the over in tonight's Steelers-Browns game. He was the one that texted that earlier.
Good call.
Yeah, so he's taking the over in that. He also hates my picks and thinks I get everything wrong. So
somebody said, if you don't like it, predict better, Anthony.
I do.
636.
All right, Carey is off tomorrow. Jamie is off tomorrow. Marsh is off tomorrow. It'll be me, Brad Thompson, and Bradford Bruns. Blues hockey next. See you.